with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as chat's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to enjoy, like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His supports us also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most victims across the board we charge the ward because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. Snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if Andrew fan his chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bag, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Cole's cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits are well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Three streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Friday the 27th of June 2025. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed. I hope you've had a very enjoyable week so far, and I hope you're having a very fun Friday as well so far. Whatever your plans are for the weekend, I hope they are meaningful, positive, and robust indeed. Now, one of the biggest surprises I've had today is seeing Phil Burnell already awake at 11:02 AM his time. I'm guessing his cat accidentally woke him up earlier than usual for Phil to appear on stream at this ungodly hour, because usually he's later than this to fucking do his own fucking stream. But yep, as you can see, he's in his chat, he's typing, bizarre, strange things are happening on this Friday. Now today should be a normal bingo stream, as in it should be a normal length podcast. It's not a podcast, I know, calm down Navy. And I've had no word from Phil on to the contrary. We check his schedule. Final streaming day of the week for a packed podcast. He's promising a packed podcast where he's going to live react to all the Capcom stuff from today, including Pragmata, RE Requiem, and Street Fighter 6. Wow. I mean, I think everybody in the world would agree with me when I fucking say,
who fucking cares?
So there you fucking go. So Phil's promising a packed podcast today. Ain't that fucking great? Now, a couple of things to go through, of course. This is from yesterday. This was screenshotted yesterday when Phil was not long beginning the game of Death Stranding 2, and he had to look down at his controller to find the buttons, because he wasn't aware what buttons. You'd think this would be muscle memory by now, of knowing which button is where on a controller, especially if you game every single day with that controller. But no, Phil had to look down and see what the buttons were he was fucking pressing. Phil's asking what kind of memory. I mean, I'm guessing it's, well, fucking, he has none. Yeah, I was going to make some sort of like short-term memory joke there, but I kind of forgot where I was going with the punchline. Hey. Yeah, that was Phil's thing there. Now, this is funny. I thought this was incredible. Remember how Phil bragged? So, actually, I'll show you the clip here. This is a clip here from a week ago. 20th of June, a week ago. Phil said this about the Cast and Chill game devs contacting him about free content.
It actually sucks because the game developer actually contacted me and thanked me for playing their game because they wanted some exposure, and they gave me a DLC code for 2 new dogs in the game. I was like, well, that's very nice of you, but no one really liked it when I played it. It sucks. I liked it, but I can't just play the game for me. It actually...
So Phil here a week ago was trying to imply that one of the game devs went out of their way to, they were aware of Phil's stream, and because of that, let's just contact Phil Burnell and trying to get him to keep playing our fucking game, made it sound like it's a big fucking deal, essentially. You know, it sounded like, you know, the developers of Cast and Chill clarified that they have not communicated at all with DSP, and free codes are sent to every single streamer with an audience. So full credit, by the way, to Krauser0 on Twitter, because they tweeted about it. Pescatore saw it, you know, and kind of like, you know, emphasised it, and that's where our detractors caught wind of this happening. But so Krauser0 went and got in touch with one of the game devs, and the response he got was saying, just following up with your message to us, just to clarify, we didn't have any kind of communication or arrangement in place with that streamer. We're a tiny team, and as part of our launch, we sent out a batch of codes to hundreds of streamers based on follower size alone. No expectations, no coordination, just us doing our best during a busy launch. In future, we'll be more mindful to send codes to creators whose values and communities align with the cosy, wholesome tone of our work in studio. All the best, Wombats. So yeah, clearly the game devs of Cast and Chill, not the biggest fan of Phil Burnell, because they're quite aware of what sort of person he is and what sort of community he's got, and maybe they're secretly glad that Phil Burnell has no desire to return to that game. You know, they seem quite relieved that Phil is not playing the game anymore. So one more thing you have to cover here. This is fantastic, by the way. This is incredible here. So Phil Burnell, so he said that so remember, Phil's night stream was him basically going through Steam, checking out the Steam summer sale, and trying to see what kind of games to potentially play for future. And he was making fun of the game Rimworld because it doesn't have graphics he wants and doesn't understand how it's sold well. So here's a clip here.
Wow, it's expensive. $28. What is this? What is this? This is what you suggest for me? This nonsense? Look at this game. How dare you? How insulting. Look at this game. No, you guys told me about this one before, right? You said that basically the graphics look silly, but the game is actually a really, really good game. That it's a plot, interesting plot about survival or something like that. Right? Like you said, it was pretty good, like the actual narrative. See, I would compare this to say, did you ever play the game, oh god, what was it, To the Moon? To the Moon looks like shit. It looks like Final Fantasy 6 or 4 in a modern day. You know, like, why would I play that? But actually, it's one of the most emotional games I've ever played back in the day. So, if it's like that, I don't really care about the graphics, but I'm going to be honest, the graphics do look crap. This looks like a shitty Flash game to me. But I'm going to take your word for it that there is a good game behind it, even though it looks like ass. Oh yeah, King Ferb says, Jade wants to look at Dinosaur. He already played one of them. Why is this $28? Why is it so expensive? It looks like it was made in Flash for $2. Why is it $28? If this game, no lie, right now if this game were $7, I would buy it. $28, man? Look at it. It looks like the doodles of a 5-year-old. What happened here? 1 million copies sold. Oh my god. You know, some of that stuff out there has been insanely damaging and messed up, the things they said about me and my family. That's completely false, and they have absolutely no factual.
So yeah, Phil was quite derogatory about the game. And this clip got the attention of one Rapunzel on shut up, Phil. On Twitter. Phil trying to go viral insulting my work on a Rimworld Lamau. Turns out this guy is a fucking game developer, producer, artist, you know. And so he's had a role in multiple games. It looks like, you know, formerly Farworld Pioneers, Rimworld, Starbound as well. They've worked on multiple games, you know. And so yeah, they clapped back on that, and also that's got a lot of attention. You know, 1.4k views, whatever, and a lot of people got involved as well, you know what I mean, responded to the tweet. You know, Bill Purnell saying, I wouldn't concern yourself with the opinion of a 42-year-old e-bigger that never leaves his home and sleeps in a different room than his wife. And they responded, I'm just most amused that a dancing monkey happened upon it. It's like a badge of honour. The guy who beat off on stream insulted my game. You know, can you give him a game code so we can all watch him struggle to play it? It'd be funny, but I'd feel gross touching the put. You know, this guy doesn't want anything. He's just like, nah. He's like, nah, just let Phil stay away from my work. That's somebody called Kit, a VTuber, says, I played Rimworld back in 2014 before it was even on Steam. Even in earliest access, it was an era-defining experience for anyone with 2 brain cells. Absolute quality. DSP is either farming or just as terrible as every clip makes him out to be. This person's glad out an early backer, you know what I mean? Enjoyed the game so much. Phil's complaining about the fucking looks and aesthetics of the fucking game. At the same time, he is playing Marvel vs. Capcom SNK, you know, as a throwback thing. He's playing Minecraft as well, which is like, you know, blocky fucking, you know, the graphics aren't great in these games either. You know what I mean? And yet he has the audacity to complain about this game, which has had overwhelming positivity towards it. You know, a lot of people enjoy the game. A lot of people enjoy that work, you know? And yeah, I've got Prison Architect. Yeah, Prison Architect sold at 25 million copies. Oh, actually, I don't think I got Prison Architect. I think I've got Escape. There's a game that's a top-down kind of view where you try and escape prisons. I think I've got that. But yeah, it's just mental. Like, what the hell? Like, so he has to go. He has the audacity to whine about the looks of that game. This is what I'm saying. Phil is so superficial in this regard, you know what I mean? And it's like, he judges games on how they look rather than how they play. You know what I mean? The game looks nice to look at, you know, just because it's not like, you know, the most, you know, it's not 3D ray trace enhanced graphics, you know, we can see every pore on the characters, like skin, like, calm the fuck down, Phil. If it's a fun game to play, then who the fuck cares? You know? But as I said, you know, the guys, they had a lot of fun pointing and laughing at Phil and the bad man and all the things he was saying or whatever, so there we go. What else do we have here? So, because, sure, shout out to That Being Said. That Being Said have returned. They are back today. And not only today are they back, they'll be back tomorrow as well. Because the finals of Chikaya Ring is happening tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, because That Being Said are live today. You know, the first time back in a good while because they're trying to catch up on a whole bunch of things that they missed out on when ALT's internet went and shat a brick. So aye. Well, so 1,400 people on That Being Said right now. Compare that to Phil Burnell, whose live stream right now is currently, he's live right now and he has 33. Wow, 33 people are watching Phil Burnell right now on YouTube. There you go, that's just a difference in quality, that's a difference in, there you go. These guys put effort into their craft, you know what I mean, and try and produce an entertaining show for their audience, and Phil just turns up and expects millions of dollars for putting minimal fucking effort into his craft. So there you go. Well, that's fucking shit from Big Papa Phil. He says this all the time. We must support and protect Phil today from those who wish to do him harm. Phil is his own... So basically, going by Big Papa Phil's narrative on its own stream chat, they need to stop Phil from hurting himself because he is his own worst enemy and always will be. But yeah, there you go. Fuck it. Good morning all. I love Rimworld. The response to that, Tom. So yeah, Tom having fun. Top of Rimworld. Will we get a Rimworld rant today from Phil for the viral popularity that the game devs message got? Will we get a cast and chill rant? We don't know. I don't know. We might get a couple of rants today. You know, about either of these games. Because, you know, the game devs have clapped back at Phil for various reasons. I guess I'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Okay. So, well, we wait. Also, guys, yeah, if you not yet, so yeah, I mean, make sure. If you want to welcome back That Being Said, of course, link to the streams in the chat right there, you know what I mean? I was on it earlier on. You know, they started over an hour ago, they started, you know what I mean? They're having a good laugh, catching up with all the things they missed out on from before, so good stuff indeed. But yeah, guys, while we wait for Phil to go live, how about we watch Snort Burnell's latest compilation? DSP Idiot Derail on the stream. Where's the racist stuff? Open closet. Despising Souls-like games. That is the description we have for this compilation. Sounds quite bizarre.
Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
I have no audio. What am I supposed to do now? What just happened? It just muted audio. Now I have no audio at all because I tried to do this. Oh, how do I fix this? Wow, Sony really knows what they're doing, huh? Sony really knows what they're doing. They muted the audio coming to my TV, and now I have no audio at all. What am I supposed to do to fix it? Restart the PS5? Why would that fix it? It just came back. It just came back this moment. Now I have it again. So whatever they use for 3D audio doesn't play through my TV. But if I go back.
Duh, like how stupid can you be? Completely brain dead. Nothing between here and here.
Let's soothe the loo. I must soothe the loo.
La la loo, la la loo. Get some
Shut up, bitch!
Dream sweeper. La la loo, la la loo.
Oh my god, you kill the baby doing it that way. You're supposed to do it gently, right? Gently soothe. Gently rock up and down. Not hard and violent. Gently rock. Rock-a the baby. Rock-a the baby. Rock-a the baby. Alright, now shut up so we can go. Let's go. Very nice. Okay.
Any pet that I get would never be allowed in my office ever. Unless I'm highly supervising them. So the cat comes in for 5 minutes to be on stream or whatever. Okay, you guys can see the cat on stream and it hangs out. Then it's get the fuck out. Because I can't babysit a cat while I'm trying to play a game or record a stream, you know. $99, guys. So let's hit that goal. 51 to go. If you are...
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, Phil hit both goals on both streams. So yeah. But he didn't get a double goal though. He was hoping for a double goal and he never got it. So even though he had a quite successful day yesterday, it wasn't as successful as he was hoping it was going to be. So in his mind, he's still behind.
Are enjoying the premiere of Death Stranding 2, please support the stream if you can. Thank you. All right, here we go. We're off. If you guys are enjoying so far, understand that a lot of the music and stuff is going to make this playthrough get claimed. So if you'd like to contribute, hey, you could always like send me a tip because probably you can't do a super thanks on the video. But you can help out the channel by liking the video, leaving comments on it for engagement, and subscribing if you're not yet. Okay? Thank you guys so much. See you in part 3. And you shake a cup and you say, alms for the poor.
Where's all the racist stereotypical stuff? We're in Mexico, there should be sombreros and mariachi bands and, you know, where are the tacos? Like, no taquitos? What's going on? This is our welcome? What kind of a welcome is it? Man, he's dirty as shit. All right, we definitely need to wash. He's disgusting. Our facilities.
There are times when maybe I'm like, man, I'd like to make a racial comment here or there. So, yeah, every once in a while. Yeah, to be honest, of course.
What do you mean, of course? What do you mean, of course? Like, it's in Phil's nature to be a racist piece of shit, I guess. Like, what the hell? I guess if that's how he grew up, you know, and that's the environment he grew up in or whatever, then it's hard to kind of kick that particular habit. But I guess that is a fundamental part of Phil Burnell's being. By the way, quick question for the chat. Is YouTube chat looking strange to you with everyone's names? Like, I'm not seeing... So I'm seeing at so-and-so for everyone. Like, I'm not seeing, like... Usually in YouTube chat, it's like somebody... It's someone's, like, display name. Like if Snort Burnell showed up in the chat, it would say Snort Burnell. But I'm seeing, like, everyone's YouTube handles or something instead.
Squeaky Wheels Jade tipped £1. Squeak 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 squeak. Daddy Phil is going crazy on Twitter right now like my butthole that I have no control over.
Jesus! What do you mean he's going crazy on Twitter right now? Aye, let's check. Let's see. Hold on, let's see. Is he going crazy on Twitter right now? You're right. Hold on a second, you're right. DSP making fun of... Oh my god. This is actually happening in the last 5 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Jade, for letting me know. You fucking weird bugger. Go fucking clean yourself off. But yeah, people are entitled to their opinions. His is born of ignorance. DSP, you were chill when I asked but your shirts, still didn't tell me where, but it's a funny reply. So let me lay for you a foundation. Rimworld may have simple... There's no way Phil read this, by the way. There's no way Phil read all this. Rimworld may have simple graphics, but that's part of why it succeeds. Rimworld is one of the only truly perfect games to exist. Beardo doesn't believe in perfect 10s, but I do. And this is an 11 out of 10. Nothing will ever come close to Rimworld, not even 50 years from now when holodecks are in everyone's pods. Through incredible code, you'll never have a playthrough that comes close to another. The simplistic graphics are a playground for the imagination. Well, that's where you fucked up, Sir Savvy. Sir Savvy, you are assuming that Phil Burnell has an imagination to fucking, let us fucking go crazy with. No, Phil lacks an imagination, so this game would be wasted on him, just like Minecraft is. The lack of detail is filled in by your mind. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. And the stories, no matter how random, can indeed come together. I have had colonies I have cried over, colonies that were fleeting, and then sometimes colonies that inspire entire books worth of narrative. In my 5,000 hours, I have barely scratched the surface of this game. The base game and every DLC is the only thing I'd consider truly deserving of an $80 price tag. I will never purchase anything they sell on sale. I will always wait on full price. At Ludion Studios is full of the most talented, creative and incredible individuals. We are blessed they chose to share the creation with the world. If you play this and feel nothing, then you are a lost man. And I can't end the post without mentioning the mod community. The game is so friendly to mod, anyone can do it. It is a great place to learn modding. My goal is to get a working 1,000 count mod pack, but there's endless amounts of them. So a very passionate post by Sir Savvy, Madam Savvy on Twitter, and Phil responded to this. Okay. So hold on, so Phil says, keep in mind. Hold on, has he got more responses or just that? Fuck, hold on, all these things. I just want to make sure I don't miss all Phil's. He had like multiple responses here. So yeah, hold on. At first Phil says, I haven't played the game, nor do I have anything against it. I simply know that my audience tends to not like games with either pixel, art, or flash style graphics, so it's the audience's fault that he was so toxic towards the game. I know that's ignorant, I disagree with that philosophy, but that's just how my viewer base is, sadly. It's his audience's fault, even though he was the one who's voicing these fucking things, it's his audience to blame. Unbelievable. What in the hell, man? And then when you go back, you get to see the messages here. Keep in mind, I love JRPGs and games of art style, and it's one of my biggest disappointments that I find it hard to play these kinds of games. If Rimworld is, as you say, it's like a game I'd love and my audience would claim as boring and demand I move on from ASAP. I'm also curious if the clipper left in the part where I mentioned To the Moon as pixel graphics and one of my most emotional games I've ever played. These clippers always leave out the parts that make me look human, instead taking stuff out of context to create drama. Oh my god, so it's a clipper's fault for not including the full context.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Oh god almighty. Thank you to Kyle Denson for popping their 15-month Bingo Barry Mission message saying free space if he brings us on podcast. I think he's going to do it anyway. Kyle, remember, make sure you set your membership to the lower tier. Because I've seen that also. You put this message, but it's still on the more expensive tier. So make sure you manually set your membership to go to the lower tier, because I'm going to white pot. And you remember, some point in July, end of July, I'm going to just delete that more expensive perk. You know what I mean? So I don't want to lose your membership streak over that. So yeah, but thank you for popping that 15-month membership message. Do we get a free space for it? I don't know. I don't know, what's this thing? Warren says I don't think he can. Navy did. Navy managed to do it. So I know Navy was able to do it earlier on. Like the Navy, but Navy's the first one to kind of carry themselves over, if that makes sense, to that. So yeah, so there we go. But So I know. I mean, I don't know the process, but they managed to do it. So I just assumed it was within PO's control for those that have memberships of their own volition. Kyle Denson's name changed. Did my name change? Your names are still the same for me. I'm still seeing at whoever. You know, like, you know, what you see on the screen is what I'm seeing for names. If that makes sense. Like, Kyle Denson is not just Kyle Denson with a space, whatever. It's at Kyle Denson 1287. So yeah, it's just I don't know why. I got no idea why YouTube names like this in the chat are like this today. And it only seems to be something that's on my stream. Like, I'm looking at other chats. Phil's chat isn't looking normal, you know what I mean, with the names, and Raw Phil's chat is looking normal with the names. But for whatever fucking reason, it's not mine. I don't know. It's so confusing. But Jesus, will Phil bring us up today? He might, I don't know, he might. If Phil mentions Rimworld, or, yeah, realise the fishing one. I'm kind of curious about the fishing one, to see if I mention that today. But I guess I'll do it and see. Well, I'm just waiting, Phil. I don't know. Anyway, that was interesting. I didn't expect Phil to fucking be wasting his time basically on Twitter, blaming his audience for him. So it's the audience, his audience's fault for him criticising the way the game looks. You know, just bear that in mind. With Phil so dismissive and critical of the look of the game and his comments about the aesthetics of the game, he always said that because it's his audience that don't like that partly. Make of that doesn't make sense to me, but okay, whatever. And then it's the Clipper's fault for not showing the full context of his full comments about the game and the style of the game. Oh my, fuck off, Phil. You're a fucking toxic human being. You know, I mean, the fact of the matter is that every single fucking day, people have a lot of material to work with for you being toxic and full of shit. You know? Like it says, never mind bitching and whining and crying about context. Every single day, people have like fucking like Snort Burnell can make a daily compilation of your horribly toxic, shitey moments. That just shows you how much toxicity flows forth from you. And that's not a normal thing, Phil. That is not a normal thing. Most content creators wouldn't be able to have compilations made of them every single day of them being toxic. Just bear that in mind. Anyway, let's get back to the compilation it's not been all made and enjoy the rest of it.
It's time! I've been waiting so many years for this. Finally!
Apparently he complains twice about not seeing, like, a penis or something here. Bizarre. Like, he was warned about nudity in this game, and he seemed more excited for the male nudity than female nudity. But when he didn't get to actually see, any cock or whatever, Phil's like, what the fuck, I'm so annoyed. It's bizarre. He complained at least twice, apparently. I've seen that on Twitter.
No, wait, what? That was so underwhelming. No, but...
The actual look of disappointment in his face there is like, I don't think that's an act.
No, wait, what?
Well, look at his wee face. Like, he was actually really hoping to see some sort of fucking, like, virtual dong or something there. Like, he was really looking forward to that.
That was so underwhelming. No butt cheeks, no urination. Didn't even pop a log in there. Oh.
I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, totally gay. I did some quick squats to get some blood circulation in my body since I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
There we go. Well, I'm glad that some of you are liking the stream. Some people are complaining. They're saying it's boring. A lot of people thought the first game was very boring. Okay. Let's continue, and I appreciate that so very much. $50. Let's get a nice animation going. Thank you so much, Lisa Lou. I've never run into this thing before. What is it, a money creature? Yeah, look, it's a money creature. It just throws money around. What the hell was that? Great support. Had a ton of fun. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember, liking the videos, leaving comments, the engagement is key. These videos with this music are likely claimed by the third party. If you could do me the favor, perhaps considering a contribution via, say, a tip. You can find the link to that in the description of the video. Thank you all. More coming tomorrow. And then after our 2 initial days of gameplay, we'll determine if this will be a full playthrough or not.
It's kind of mad that he's sitting there with $175 in contributions across the board, and yet he's begging for tips on the on-demand content.
So thanks, guys. See you tomorrow for more, but peace out. Death Stranding 2, so far, so good. Oh, I've been pulling all weekend long. I already spent like at least $3,000-$4,000 this weekend on WWE Champions. Well, I want to try again, right? Like, no lie, it's that dopamine feel. You get addicted to it. Like, you know what? I want to pull again.
A $40 tip from Netherhead. This person says, here's some money to spend on Steam. Actually, I sent you the $20 88-cent tip earlier, by the way. Well, thank you, Netherhead. $40 and 20 earlier, $60 of support tonight is crazy.
And they threw money at him like crazy. And then finally, like a scam artist, he danced around stream like a preacher. And hallelujah, the money's coming in. Hallelujah.
Oh, by the way, this is hilarious. First Berserker Kazan. Anyone remember that one? Anyone? Do you see the point that I'm making about all of these Souls-likes? Is that there's too many of them? Like when there was 1 or 2 Souls-likes a year, and there was no FromSoft game coming out, then they would get attention, and people would be like, oh yeah, I remember that. There's too many Souls-likes now coming out. So
No, I mean, like, Phil, like, just because they made those games doesn't mean, like, they own that genre of game. Like, what, I mean, like, it's a weird complaint to make. You know? Like, why should other game developers not have a go at creating a similar sort of game? In terms of, like, the way it plays, like, fucking, like, Dark Souls, whatever. It's like, why should they... Are you trying to police what game developers can and cannot create here? I get, I mean, a part of me gets the fucking argument, okay? Part of me gets, you know, like, oh, there's too many games that are like battle royals or whatever. There's fucking too many games that are just doing the same sort of thing. I get that sort of mentality. But Phil just seems like he's trying to limit and restrict what game developers can make because it displeases him. It's a weird fucking take here.
So they all just immediately get forgotten. Like, I remember the week that game came out, you guys were mad I didn't play it, and then within a few days, no one has ever mentioned that game again. It's been like 3 months. No one knows about that game. It's as if it never existed. You cannot flood the market with a bunch of copycats and expect that anyone's going to care. That was the problem. They're just not special anymore. So I don't, even if this game is good, I still don't care. I just played the Lies of P DLC. I played Elden Ring Night Rain, right? I don't want to play another one. I don't give a shit. And that's the problem when everyone is running for that same carrot, that same dangling. They think it's low-hanging fruit. They think, oh, the market is really craving Souls-likes. That's true, but when you sadly go crazy with Souls-likes, no one cares anymore. And it's the same thing for any style of game. I'm just saying, right now, Souls-like seems to be the kind that's way oversaturated, and I just don't give a shit about it, you know?
Like, to me, this game is work. To me, this is like, I have to really work my butt off to fucking succeed, and I don't want to do that. I want to have fun. It's work. I don't want to work to eat. 35 goals hit, 5 to go for the Grillos collaborative meal at Sonic, debuting on Monday. We are on pace to actually do it on Monday.
Who fucking
If we hit
cares?
the goals tomorrow, if we hit the goals Sunday, then we could do this on Monday.
I don't think that's entirely true. I think Phil needs to fucking hit a goal on the Monday as well in order to eat it on Monday. Like, you know, Monday's show, I think, would require Phil getting a goal hit so he can then stub his face that day on that day stream. So because he went and he's behind by 1, remember, he's behind by 1 technically. But yeah, Phil's going live right now. A full 30 plus minutes after he first showed up in chat, Phil decides to go live. Like, he was there early. He was there at like 5 past 11 his time. Wait, why this face? Like, right there as it goes live. Why not this short looking face? Like, what? Jesus Christ. Whatever. We'll just keep him on pause. Make sure we're on like 1080p. Make sure we're on 1.5 speed as well. Jesus, make sure it's unmuted. Make sure I boost the fucking volume. And okay, let's just get back. And the black biggin t-shirt is back again for 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. Phil's wore the exact same. Okay, it's a distinct possibility that he has at least 2 black t-shirts. Okay, but it's more fun just to assume it's the same t-shirt.
Pickles in my mouth. I'm gay, I'm totally gay multiple times during the stream.
Tomorrow, my final consecutive streaming day of the week, we will have a podcast in the morning. I'm going to cover the Capcom event that just happened. There was a Capcom event this afternoon. It covered Pragmata, Resident Evil Requiem, Street Fighter 6's next season of DLCs focusing on Sagat, and there was some update there of Monster Hunter. Not that I care about Monster Hunter. So probably tomorrow morning on the podcast, I'll be reacting to the things from that was released, right? I'd like to see what they have for Resident Evil. I didn't even see it yet, so I'm curious. I want to react to all that stuff. Then, it's more Death Stranding 2. So if you didn't have a chance to watch my Death Stranding 2 stuff yet, it's live on the channel. It's all claimed for music. Every video is claimed for music. I'm making no money on that playthrough, but the stream was well supported, so thank you for that. As long as it keeps going like that, it doesn't matter that the game will be claimed for music, you see? So, enjoy the videos. I hope you will.
Who fucking
Bust out
cares?
our mobile phones and let's get ready to play mobile games.
So you have been addicted to mobile games?
Yes, I have.
Phil's blowing his money on DoorDash. Phil's blowing his money on mobile games. Phil's blowing his money on gin. That's where my money goes every fucking month. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me.
It's WWE Champions time.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, we all fucking love it. It's just, I mean, it's the best goddamn outro possible, you know, it really is. It really is. Anyway, guys, let us get right into the fucking bingo for today's show. Also, we need to generate a bingo number for the bingo card today. So the first number, the very first number in chat I see, the first past the post wins. Whoever provides me the first number in chat will be the number I use for today's bingo cards. No pressure, but whoever's first, make it a fucking good one. So the very first number in chat I saw was from the War Souls, who says 23. So there we go. That was the very first number in chat I saw. We will type that in there, and we have generated a bingo card for today's stream. We need Phil to say and do the following for today's bingo. We need Phil to say admittedly, example, behind the scenes, hate to say, and new games. The second row is Phil saying that being said, shout to that being said, welcome back. Kill, variety, there you go, and positive. The third row is Phil giving some regular old-fashioned lean and ban. We can actually check that. Hold on. We can check that right now. If I refresh the kick ban list, has Phil banned anyone yet today? He has. Huge support. Was banned by DSP Gaming Real today. They banned him as soon as he fucking showed up, essentially. 7:02 PM. So we can actually tick that off right now, since we know Phil has leaned in somebody when he went live. So there we go. We felt to chew some water, him saying DSP tries it, fun and shocked. The fourth row is Phil saying reality subs, him touching his ear, him saying interactive, and him doing some scat talk. The fifth and final row is Phil saying update. What I mean by that is him either talking about or messing about with his RGBs, him saying million, interesting number, and finally him being all toxic. So there we go, that is today's bingo card we have for today's show. Now before we begin, you might notice at the bottom here, we have 2 free spaces already for bingo today. That is because Sunny gifted 10 members earlier on. When I say earlier on, they done it like fucking 8 hours ago. It was like very, very early. You know, so congratulations to Kevin Football, Midian X, Spectre, Mokiness, Xeno, Shadow Shogun, Instamat, Intrusive Style Popguard, Winter Strife, and Dist Optimist for all receiving the membership courtesy of Sunny and our 10 member BAM from this morning. For me anyway, I was like fucking late. It was at 10, 11 AM or something. I checked. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, we had a very surprise early member bomb from Sunny. Their reasoning was I didn't want to derail. This is the same bastard that fucking has those tips. Yeah, it doesn't want to fucking derail my arse. But there you go. Thank you, Sunny, though, for your support. It is very much appreciated. Good stuff indeed. So we have 2 free spaces right from the get-go today for today's bingo. There's a variety of ways we can get more free spaces to help us on our way to a Full House bingo card. For example, if Phil burps, snorts, or sips 10 times before he starts recording for a shitty gameplay, that gives us all a free space. For every 6 minutes and 40 seconds of Phil begging,
Fuck off.
we get a free space for that as well. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Demon of Japan, for popping a 6-month membership message saying akakak. Very kind of you indeed.
Oh my dog! What's up?
And thank you very much to Broside Phil for a $2 super chat. It says, derail. You can't start if you're reading super chats. That is true. Although, then again, you're going to assume that I'm going to get all super chats, which is a very bold assumption on your part. It's probably easier just to let me finish so I can start the bingo. So there we go. It's going to be a long one today. I have a feeling it's going to be a lengthy one today. Remember, after bingo's all said and done today, we have some marbles afterwards, you know what I mean? So there we go. So good stuff indeed. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, so yeah. Phil snorts, sips or burps 10 times free space. For him begging 6 minutes and 40 seconds, every 6 minutes and 40 seconds of Phil begging is also a free space. If Jade shows up and Phil's tied to Jade, we get a free space.
My dog! What's up?
Thank you, Broside Phil, for $2 super chat. It says, finish to start what now? To start bingo. There we go. See, you pretend you can do this all fucking night, but I know you're streaming later on. My Broside Phil has their own stream lined up later on. You know? He's not sure when yet, you know, he doesn't have a time for it, but he's planning to stream later on. I've seen the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail he sent me here. You know, he wants to, you know, cover This Is How You Don't Play, Doom the Dark Ages, part 2 of who knows what. But there you go. I know he's planning this later on. But you're starting in 17 minutes time. So if you have a start time after all, there you fucking go. You're starting in 17 minutes time. So yeah, I'm pretty confident you won't be able to last for a side filter, so there we go. But yeah, anyways, let me get back to the free spaces and all that jazz. I'll say free spaces. If Phil says hi to Jade and Jade shows up, we get a free space for that as well. For every 5 new or regional members we have to the bingo streams, we get a free space for that as well. And finally, if we get 50 likes, we get 1 free space. If we get 75 likes, we get 2 free spaces. If we manage to get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only do we get free spaces, but you guys also get to enjoy the balls animation. Maybe it's a really talented Pixar animations.
Oh my dog! What's up?
To celebrate 100 likes on stream, so you guys in the Phil direct control. Some of the ways we can get free spaces, but the rest of the ways are controlled by Phil and his bizarre body functions, as well as him begging like the little bitch that he is. Thank you, Broside Phil, for a $2 super chat. It says, I'll cancel my whole stream. Test me, bitch. You won't cancel your stream. You put too much effort into that robust thumbnail. It's so good. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's got some more things to cover, of course, but I'm going to let Phil explain that for me.
Well, hello everyone, Phil Burnell here, letting you know about King Jad's Bingo and Marbles gameplay on YouTube. Now, you need to leave a post in the community tab to enter, and that's it. A lucky winner will be picked by playing Marbles at the end of the month. It is just that easy, any mouth-drooling idiot can do it.
Thank you very much, Phil, you bug-eyed, cross-eyed piece of shit, for pigsplaying that for us all to understand. I have no idea why YouTube like usernames are fucking looking so weird to me today. Ah, fuck. Ah, for fuck's sake. Ah.
Me, derail, tipped £1. Smash the like.
Yeah. Yeah, this is happening. I might just, you know, go for a fucking drink and let this fucking play out. I don't know. Fuck me. For God's sake. There's more. There's more. It's like an annoying bug. Wee insect or something. Or mini-me fucking floating through space after getting kicked in the fucking balls or something. It's almost over. Almost there.
Button.
There we go. So yeah, as that tip suggests, smash the like button. I just had a bit of an extended E at the end of like, but there you go. Smash that like button because we're trying to get the more likes we have, the more better if we are to get free spaces and all that jazz. Good stuff indeed. Good stuff. But yeah, as the YouTube usernames, I don't know why. It's nobody else, as far as I can tell, nobody else, no other channels on YouTube are doing it right now. But for whatever reason, on for my channel today, for doing YouTube today, the YouTube usernames are not shown as the YouTube usernames. It's shown off like their handles instead. TBS had it as well, apparently. Jesus Christ, where they fucking go? I don't understand. It's so bizarre. But anyway, guys, let me get back to what I was trying to say. YouTube is breaking. Probably, yeah. I blame Phil and all his shite content fucking destroying the servers. But yeah, guys. Bingo. Okay? We're here because of Bingo, okay? As you can see below that Bingo card, there's a Bingo prize fund currently of 382 buckaroos. Remember, you got a chance of winning half of that Bingo prize fund, as Phil alluded to. And as but you've got to make sure though you left a comment on that community post with your link to the description of the live stream. If you want a chance of winning half of that Bingo prize fund. If you cannot find the link to the community posts in the description, then just type in the word exclamation. So type in exclamation mark marbles in the chat if you're on live chat right now, and you'll be provided a link with a bot command. So there we go, and that'll give you the link to the fucking community post. You've got to put in it to win it, as the old saying goes, you know. After Bingo's all said and done today, we're going to have marble races afterwards. I'm going to pick 3 very challenging courses to try and complete. If we complete those courses, we had $10 per completed course to that Bingo prize fund. It's just something we do for fun every single Friday, to try and build up that Bingo prize fund even more and all that jazz. It's a good way to unwind after a week of having to endure the bad man on YouTube, you know. Good to fucking end it all with a good robust marble race and all that jazz, just to fucking see if we can add some more fun money and all that. Last week, I believe we got 2 courses completed, which added an extra $20 to that Bingo prize fund, so yeah, it can definitely be worthwhile indeed. So that Bingo prize fund, as well as being made up of getting full houses, which has $10 to Bingo prize fund, is also made up of completing these very challenging marble courses every single Friday. On top of that, a quarter of the income I make on YouTube goes towards that Bingo prize fund too. And finally, 100% of tips were complete. It goes towards that Bingo prize fund as well. So there we go. And so technically, Sonic is right. Actually, we completed 3 courses. Okay, usually we pick 3 courses and we try and complete all 3 courses. But last week I picked 4 because I kept going back to a course I really liked. And I wanted to complete, and that's actually what happened. So last week we actually had 4 courses because I really liked that one particular marble course, which was very hard to complete. But we had somebody complete it. Grandpa Joe completed it finally, and so yeah, we added another $10 to Bingo prize fund because of that completion as well, proving it can be possible and it can be done. But usually though, it's just 3 courses. Last week though was just a 4-1 because I was wanting to see that fucking map completed because I really liked that fucking marble map. So there we go. I'll say, as I said, though, tips go towards the Bingo prize fund as well. Case in point, we've had 2 tips today so far. So of course I'm going to add that to the Bingo prize fund right now. There we go. Now, I think I've covered all the bases. The only thing left for to do here is just to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck!
And on that note, it is time for some bingo. Good luck, everybody. Here we fucking go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final streaming day of the week. What a week it's been. Brand new releases, multiple concluding playthroughs, and a lot of chill vibes. Today will be no exception because we've got more Death Stranding 2 and an epic Friday night fight stream that I'll tell you about in just a few moments. But before we get to all of that, we've got a great podcast because today I'm going to be live reacting to updates regarding the entire Capcom gaming lineup. Street Fighter 6 has a new DLC coming out featuring Sagat. Pragmata has a brand new update explaining the game, and Resident Evil Requiem has a lot more information available. All of this came out yesterday, and so today on the show, it's time to give it a look. Plus, we'll be talking about next week's Indivestance Day Marathon and more. So get ready. Hold on to your butts. It's time for an epic week-ending episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Who fucking cares? Skip a shitey fucking intro and just get me done with it. Go away. Good start to bingo though. 4 things ticked off already.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. It is Friday, the 27th of June, 2025. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 Podcast here on DSP Gaming. So, a little heads up. Usually, every month, I update my background here, and we have things refreshed.
Is he not going to bother doing this next month?
Well, this month, I've decided absolutely not. I'm just going to keep everything exactly the same.
Oh my god, what a lazy bastard. The one fucking thing he promises to fucking do to kind of freshen things up, he's not doing this time. Because he's so much a lazy sack of shit.
It's going to be nice and boring for July.
Oh, he's joking. You can tell he's joking because he fucking waits for fucking comedic effect.
Maybe not. What we're going to do is refresh it over the weekend. Because even though technically Sunday is still June.
That's why, so basically, they're going to do it over the weekend because he doesn't want to fucking do it during the week. Monday, of course, is the last day of the month, you know. So yeah, it's 3 more bingos until there's no more bingos. You know, it's 3 more bingos until we have our marble race to determine who gets to win half that bingo prize fund. We got today, of course, we got Sunday, and I've got Monday the 30th. But Phil doesn't fucking want to wait until Monday the 30th and wait until everything's all said and done, and then try and spruce up his office so it fucking looks different for Tuesday, the 1st of July. No. Phil's going to do it this weekend instead, because that is when he is off, and that is when Kat is off. So she can help him, essentially.
We've only got a couple of days of June left. Friday is Indivestance Day, July 4th, and obviously I want to have some nice festivities and things lined up for that. So, I am excited to update everything for you, and I actually have a bunch of new components that I can add to the background for the new month, and I'm curious which ones I should add. I have multiple new lights and lamps. I've got this cool thing that actually makes a component of my setup part of the background. I'm debating what I should do. Got a few options, and I'll mess around with it over my day off tomorrow, and when we come back on Sunday, the background will be refreshed for the new month, so you can say bye-bye to the ghost for now. He'll be retired for a little bit and come back later in the year, and should be fun. Also, brand new animations. I will refresh these animations. Actually, this is the wrong ones. Supposed to be for the podcast. I will refresh these animations, not only for the show. Powerpuff Girl.
Why the fuck does he... Why does he have Powerpuff Girls as a part of his animations?
There we go. I will refresh these animations not only for the show of the Level 1 podcast, but also in general for when we're just hanging out in between and the like. Usually what I do is a general animations that I play when I'm doing like the intro to my night streams and stuff like that. And then I have a Level 1 podcast series of animations for when I'm doing the show.
Who fucking cares?
So we'll have all new stuff as of Sunday. All right. So look for a nice summertime refreshment here on the channel as I come back Sunday morning. So I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you're all enjoying the content. Yesterday was a great day here on the channel because first off, we had no podcast, but we jumped right into Death Stranding 2. I'm going to give you my summarized thoughts about the game this morning, but I'm not comfortable doing a first impression style video yet until we play it today. And the reason being, yesterday was the cinematic intro, the initial first gameplay, but we haven't even fought the BTs yet. If you don't remember, the BTs are these creatures coming from the afterlife, monsters that are out to, like, you know, hurt people, and they're really creepy, and it's a gameplay element that's different from just the, you know, carrying of packages across the landscape and or avoiding raiders. So until I actually get the BT gameplay in, I don't really think that I can do a proper first impressions of the game. But after today's stream, I think I will. I'll do an actual, like, highlight video where I'll make it the highlight of the weekend and say, hey, here's my first impressions on Death Stranding 2. So expect that. But today, another awesome session, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the game so far in just a moment, okay? So that was great yesterday. It went well. We had good attendance. People were very interested in my initial impressions of the game. The game looks gorgeous, ran really well, and, you know, looked great in my footage, and all my parts got claimed. That's right, because the game used licensed music, which I'm not opposed to. The music actually was really nicely executed in the game. I thought that it had good usage in the way that it was, you know, crescendo of lyrics and singing at certain parts of you doing gameplay and stuff like that. But because it's licensed music, all the videos from yesterday are already claimed, and I can't make anything on them. So it is what it is. If you are so far enjoying the Death Stranding 2 playthrough, I hope that you will support it in some way. Whether you like it, you leave a comment on it for engagement purposes. Whether you would maybe think of doing maybe a tip or something like that, dropping by a stream, saying hello, doing a super chat, giving a sub on kick if you're here, something like that, because I make absolutely nothing on the videos, right? What a shocking twist that in 2025, YouTube's insanely broken system would, you know, misappropriate ownership of videos to people who don't own them, and then people who actually work don't get credit for it. It's not a big deal. The videos don't have tons of views either. To be frank with all of you, I wasn't expecting Death Stranding 2 to do so well on the channel. I even said to you that I felt this particular playthrough wasn't going to do well because of the style of game that it is. If you remember years ago, Death Stranding 1 also didn't do well, all right? And people actually told me within a few streams to stop playing it because it was boring and stuff like that. In this case, I kind of know what I'm expecting. And here's the thing. Even if the video...
Oh, God. Jade, what now?
Squeaky Wheels Jade tipped £1. Squeak, 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 not so fast with the stream. I too am going to derail with my squeaky wheels.
Quick.
Squeak, 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 squeak,
Yeah, we
squeak stairs. Damn, what a bummer.
We're 12 minutes behind live, DSP. Don't need to derail, fucking you wee bastard. Yeah, roll your arse somewhere else. All Jade wants for Christmas is some WD-40 so I can fucking sneak up on motherfuckers for once. But no, that squeak gives them away every fucking time. Thank you, Jade, for the contribution. Very candy indeed. Now, fuck off. We don't need to derail. We're doing alright. We're 12 minutes behind live, DSP. Plenty of speed up juice. Although I'm not looking forward to him reacting to crap. It's going to just fucking severely be a snooze fest.
within a few streams to stop playing it because it was boring and stuff like that. In this case, I kind of know what I'm expecting. And here's the thing. Even if the videos don't do well, because people are already watching the game on someone else's channel because the game's been out since Monday for certain people, or because people are watching the people who steal my content and watching it on their channels instead, whatever it is, I don't really care. I just want the streams to do well, because the streams are really where I get my support for and make a living. So as long as the streams are doing well, I'll keep it in the rotation, but I obviously would like your opinions on this game as we continue to play it. Today we will definitely have new gameplay elements and things introduced.
Member bomb.
My biggest fans are idiots.
Well, thank you very much, Destroyer, for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. That's another free space right there. So there we go. That's one more free space
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
unlocked. So good stuff indeed. So thank you for that, and congratulations to the following people for getting a membership. Congratulations to Jack.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Oh, for God's sake! Oh, for God's sake! This shouldn't. Oh, is this going to go off every time? I'll fix this as well, but YouTube's. Oh,
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Oh, balls. Well, this is a nice derail. It's only for 5, mind you. It's okay. One more, I think. One more will go off, and then no.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Yeah. I think this is because YouTube's and the usernames are looking like they are in chat. It's just so bizarre. So, but thank you, Stroyer, for getting 5 members. It is very kind of you
Come
indeed.
the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Why did I do it 6 times? I should have done it. Oh, wait. I think I did it once because of the member bomb, and then I had to do it like 5 more times on top of that because of the individual members. That should be the end of it. Okay. So thank you, Stroyer, for gifting 5 members, and congratulations to the following people for getting a membership. Congratulations to Jack Skellington, the Chody Taint, Insignificant Human, Virgil, Born of Sorrow, and Dank Tanko too. So there we go. Thank you very much for that indeed. Make sure you thank Stroyer for gifting your membership if you just got one. And of course, thank you, Stroyer, for gifting members to the channel and giving us enough free space. It is very much appreciated. So there we go. Mookie's asking what feels weird. So, Mookie, are you not seeing people's usernames looking like... Are you not seeing the at whoever username on stream? So YouTube's kind of busted for people. It looks busted for me. Yeah, I don't know why. YouTube's fucked up today. And I think it's breaking a whole bunch of fucking things, including my notifications. You know? So, if I get a member bomb, I think I have to be patient again because it's going to fucking read off every individual. And I've got no idea what caused this. It happened on that being said earlier on as well. You know, but yeah, some people have this issue, some people don't. Just YouTube has been weird today, I guess. Hopefully it'll be resolved over the weekend and by Sunday we're back to normal. But we'll just crack on with things for today. Let's just crack on with bingo. Long story short, we got 3 free spaces. Thank you very much, Stroyer, for your kindness.
But after that, I get the feeling it's going to start to feel more samey around the 3rd and 4th streams. So let's see how it goes. Thanks in advance to anyone who sticks around and supports. But, you know, initial impressions coming in just a little bit, and an actual full-on first impressions video will be coming later tonight on the channel as a highlight after I've played today's stream. Okay? Yesterday, the notable thing that happened on stream yesterday was actually last night. We did a summer sale stream on Steam.
Cares?
That is like a tongue twister. So basically, Steam's summer sale began yesterday. And unlike previous years where I wasn't a PC gamer, now I am. So it actually legitimately affects me in a good way. You know, there's a lot of games on Steam that people have mentioned over the years or said, hey, would you try this one now that you're a PC gamer? And I'm like, well, we'll see. But now these things are on the cheap. You know, last night I bought Vampire Survivors. I actually bought Black Mesa, the complete edition. The game's completed, and now I can actually play it from start to finish. The Beginner's Guide, which is from the makers of Stanley Parable. Geez, let me think. Oh, Star Wars Battlefront 2 from back in 2017. The complete edition has all the content, and I guess it has a reinvigoration this year. That's cool. I think I got Harvester. I got a bunch. I like 5 or 6 different small-time games that we can kind of throw in and do for like late-night streams every once in a while just for fun. And I also bought a big DLC pack for American Truck Simulator at like 6 different states, including Texas, okay?
Who fucking cares?
Between all of these states, we're going to have a lot of content to do and all kinds of new jobs and things. Really awesome. So I hope that you guys will join me for future truck sim streams now that we've invested in the game and majorly upgraded what we can do in it. It's going to be pretty neat. More stuff to do, I think, will be awesome. So it was a great chill stream. We talked, we hung out, we talked about games. Well, another thing that we actually determined, which is kind of interesting and important, we were talking about moving forward some ideas for marathons, because as you know, Indivestance Day is a week from today, right here on DSP Gaming, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. It's going to be a very exciting, fun, chill marathon stream where we're going to have vests and hats back for the first time in like a year. It's going to be neat. But moving forward, we have to have ideas for some other marathons, because I usually do one a month. And you know, when you get to the end of the year, it's usually easy to figure out. In October, I always do a Halloween marathon. In November, I always do a Thanksgiving time marathon. And in December, we always do a Christmas event, right? But what about in between? What about August and September? Well, taking a look at some of the stuff that on Steam, we came to a determination that one of these months I want to do the Mega Man Rageathon Part 2. For those who don't remember, back in January, was it? It was either January or February. I think it was January, but it could have been February. I did a Mega Man marathon where I bought the Mega Man Legacy Collection, and while I was sitting here very inebriated, I attempted to play through Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. I got it done, but it took a long time because it was pretty rough trying to do it while I was inebriated. Particularly Mega Man 1 is a very challenging game, okay? So, this time around, I want to play Mega Man 4, 5, and 6 and finish the Mega Man Legacy Collection in a marathon setting. Again, while inebriated, it's going to be very challenging, but it'll also be really fun. So that's going to be one of the marathons I'm going to do over the summer. The other marathon, if this is something that's up your alley, and I'm curious because obviously I want to bring this up with the general audience here on the show, would be a bad games marathon. Meaning, me intentionally playing games that everyone kind of collectively agrees are quite bad, just to have a few laughs. So, for example, one of the games that I bought last night on Steam that is historically bad, and everyone has kind of taken a stab at over the years, is Big Rigs Over-the-Road Truck Racing.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
Okay? It's really bad. Infamously, Angry Video Game Nerd did an episode on this many, many years ago, and everyone since then has kind of looked at the game and played it and laughed at it. I've never played it before, so for me, it would kind of be an interesting and fun experiment to mess with it, and it was like $4 or something like that, so I got it. Now, we already have some other games, for example, Bad Rats. Apparently, it's a really bad game, and I have that because you guys had told me to get that on Steam previous. It's another one we can check out, okay? But I'm curious what other fun, bad games there are out there that we could play during this marathon event. So if we can come up with something good in the next month or two, that could be another marathon that we do over the summer, okay?
Who fucking
So there you
cares?
go. So I hope that sounds like a good idea. Like, last night's stream was very productive. Not only, getting a bunch of DLCs for Truck Sim, making that a better playthrough, but buying a bunch of independent, cheap games that we could play for, like, random night streams here and there, and also getting some ideas for marathons, right? So that's good stuff. Stuart says, what about Suicide Squad? Well, yeah, right? Suicide Squad came out about a year and a half ago. The game from Rocksteady that insanely flopped, didn't play or look anything like a Rocksteady game, and everyone made fun of it. And now, I think basically it's like one of the cheapest games ever. Like, you can get it for just a few bucks. They put it on all of the subscription services for free. Like, they're just handing this game away because they put so much time and money into it, and no one has played it because it's a piece of garbage, right?
Not entirely sure what's going on there with it. It's like jumping a bit, but I think that's on Raw Phil's end. That's not on like that's Raw Phil's end. I think is causing that little kind of jump and the playback there.
So, awesome. We had a great time last night. So yesterday's streams went really, really well. All right. So I'm excited for today after this podcast.
So, how's this? Jumping Frog Hop says, I'm not sure you saw my previous message. I have added my name. I'm from That Being Said's chat. Cool. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, you've added your comment. So, okay, let me so at the end of this bingo stream, okay, we're going to have some marbles as well today. I'm going to add all the latest, newest marbles before we do marbles today. Okay, today's marbles is just to fucking try and add some more bingo prize and money. But of course, on Monday though, Monday's the last day of the month. So after bingo on Monday, we're then going to go doing marbles, and we're just going straight into just picking a random map and seeing who wins. So yeah, today, marbles, just for fun, trying to add some more extra fun, prize fund money. But Monday's a big day for marbles. But also, the earlier you have it in, the better. The sooner you have your marble locked in, the better. Especially for days like today, because the more marbles we have, the better our odds increase of having one marble complete these 99% elimination courses. We only need one marble to add $10 to the fucking bingo prize fund for completing it, So obviously the more marbles we have, the better our odds are of getting at least one marble completed. So there we go. So thank you for adding your name to that community post. I will add all the latest marble names to the list of marbles, and when we have marbles later on, after bingo's all said and done, we'll see all the newest, latest marbles, and we'll see if any of the newcomers can help us complete any courses today to add to that bingo prize fund.
We're going to do more Death Stranding 2. As I've said, we're going to fight the first BTs, and we're going to go on from there and see where the game takes us. I hope that you guys will stick around for Death Stranding 2 after the podcast ends. It should be a good time. Tonight, on Friday Night Fights, I got a good one lined up for all of you, all right? We are playing Capcom vs. SNK 2, okay? But I'm going to be...
Oh, Sonny somehow broke their own chat. Sonny says, what the fuck? I can only see my messages now. I had to read chat in King Jad's window. What the fuck are you doing? Well, I've got no idea. YouTube has been very weird today, I guess. And yeah, Brian. This is Brian, by the way. The big massive B in their avatar might help you give it away. Genius Geezer. They're a very humble soul, as Brian A. But yeah, Brian A. Otherwise known as Genius Geezer 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but we can see your messages, Sonny, but I don't know why you're having issues on YouTube. Also, YouTube is being very weird right now. I wish I could help. I know I do, but it's above my, it's way above my head in terms of most things are above my head in freaking knowledge. But yeah, YouTube just being very funky today. That is what it is. And this depraved individual, Diablo of Darkness. There we fucking go. Oh god. So it's like, we can try to guess who's who.
Facing off against good players. Unlike the previous streams where it was just me facing randoms, tonight it sounds like I'm facing the gauntlet. I'm apparently facing at least 2, if not more, people who are actually good at the game from back in the day. It's going to be Tony B and VDO are definitely facing me tonight, unless something changes between now and the night stream. And then there may be another 1 or 2 people who I face, depending on if we can make it happen or not. All right? So Friday Night Fights tonight, unlike the previous streams where I'm beating up on randoms, this one I'm actually playing good players who more than likely are going to beat my ass. These guys have played this game historically a lot over the years. They're actually quite good at it. So maybe I'll learn a thing or two playing against them tonight. I just hope for good connections. You never know what's going to happen with these games, but we'll see what happens, okay? Now, the thing is, I've been playing a lot of CVS too. So maybe I'll...
Oh, wow.
Ruffian _ Naeem tipped £5.
So there's no message attached to this tip, it's just a £5 tip from Ruffian Name. So that has gone directly towards the bingo prize fund. Thank you very much, Ruffian Name, for the £5 contribution. Very kindly indeed, you know. So of course that is a tip. 100% of tips, no matter how big or small that tip is, it all goes directly towards that bingo prize fund. So very kindly indeed, it goes directly towards that bingo prize fund. I'm not sure if you meant to do that without sending a message or not. If you wanted to send a message to it, please just, if you're in the chat right now, just type the message in the chat and tag my name so I can read it out for you. Like, sometimes people send tips obviously without, and they sometimes like they wanted to send a message, but you know it happens sometimes. Okay, so yeah. Oh, you're actually there. Yeah, it's just a tip. No, okay, fair enough. I just wanted to make sure I didn't, accidentally fuck up for you. That's okay, no worries. But if you're happy with it, then fair enough. So be it. Thank you very much for the tip. Very kindly indeed. So yeah, there we go. And hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Ruffian Name, is it, or Nime? I know. As a Scotsman, it's my natural habit just to fucking butcher names. It's a fucking natural habit of mine.
Happen with these games, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Now the thing is, I've been playing a lot of CVS too. So maybe I'll do decent. Maybe I'll do better than I've been doing than like when I was playing these guys in Marvel 2. We'll see. Because I've been practicing a lot. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. All right, good stuff.
Cares?
So that's exciting. That's tonight on the late stream, 6:45 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. About 2 hours of fun gameplay that I hope you will join me for on the late shift. I'm off from streaming tomorrow. When I return on Sunday, it's another full and fun week of gameplay. There's going to be a third Death Stranding 2 stream on Sunday's day stream. And then Sunday night, we're going to do American Truck Sim. Okay, and then Monday, we're going to flip back to Blueprints as a daytime stream and see if we can actually beat the game on Monday. We'll find out. Monday night, we are doing Minecraft, our Minecraft stream. And then Tuesday, we're doing something new on the daytime stream. Tuesday night will be Mario Kart World. And you might say, what are we doing on Tuesday? Well, we have 2 options. Suikoden 2 HD, which is the second half of the collection that came out earlier in the year. When I played Suikoden 1 HD, people showed up, engaged, and supported. Literally every stream, we hit a support goal, and we did really well. I loved the playthrough. It was one of my favorites so far this year. So, Suikoden 2 could work. Or we could play Grand Theft Auto 4 with mods. And as I've told you guys, I'm looking into how to make this happen because there's different versions of GTA 4 on PC.
He's going to play Suikoden 2. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it right fucking now.
That work with different mods. And what I'm looking is try to find the right combination of everything. Improved graphics, improved shaders / lighting, some gameplay tweaks. The map has been tweaked. Everything improved a bit. And I've seen the mods in action, and let me tell you, the game looks way better with mods. It looks way more realistic. It looks like you're actually in New York City / Liberty City. If you remember, the original GTA 4 had really washed out lighting and graphics. Everything was like overly bright, hazy, like foggy, and this makes it look a lot better. So I'm very excited for that, if that's what we do, because we haven't determined yet. And the thing is, I want you guys to understand, we're probably doing both anyway over the summer. Whatever we don't do this coming week, we're going to end up doing later on, probably in August. So don't worry about it and be like, oh no, if Phil decides to do this one or the other, that means the other one's not going to happen. That's definitely not the case. It's just a matter of what comes first. And I've seen some people excited for Suikoden 2 and some people excited for GTA 4. So we're kind of like figuring this out as much as we can. All right. So I love your opinions. What do you guys think? I'm just every day I've been asking whenever I do a podcast or if I'm hanging out with people, before a gameplay session, what do you guys think? What are you guys here who are here today this morning? What do you think you would like more between those two? What do you guys think?
I mean, I just don't have faith in Phil managing to fucking handle multiple mods for GTA 4 and making it run effectively. I don't trust him to have the mental capability of fully implementing these properly and accurately. And I feel like we're going to have like one stream at least where Phil is troubleshooting mods for when he's meant to be playing the fucking game, if he sticks with GTA 4. I think then it makes more sense in my head for Phil to stick with Suikoden 2 or whatever, because, money. Phil knows the first one done quite well for him financially. He doesn't have to worry about mods. Just play and go and wait for the money to flow in.
Suikoden, nice. Take some soy codeine. That's a little different from soy codeine. Dirt Rally and Zomboid. Wow, 2 games we're not playing. Thanks for mentioning them. Excellent. Daily Demos is GTA. Nobody wants either of those games? Oh, okay. So what would you like, Hardcore Henry? What game would you like? You say something incredibly stupid, I'm sure. Anyway, so I'd love your feedback. All right, we got to figure this out by Tuesday. I think by the end of today, we should probably figure this out. If I do Suikoden 2, can I not do all the heroes? It drags out the playthrough a bit. I mean, to be honest, that's kind of the appeal of the Suikoden series, is the number of characters and recruiting them all and getting the better ending. So, no, if I play Suikoden 2, we will be getting all the characters, just like we did in 1. In fact, for one, I understand it's easier to do in 2 than it was in 1. Exactly. GTA 4 was gray. It was a very... They wanted to make it more gritty and realistic, which I get, but it definitely made the game look just very washed out at that time. I still love the game, but the mods make it look better. They really do, so. A lot of people on the YouTube side are saying GTA 4 is what they would want. This will be starting on Tuesday, for the record, and what we'll do is we'll balance that back and forth with Death Stranding 2. So it'll probably be whatever we do this on Tuesday, Wednesday Death Stranding, Thursday this again, and then Friday the Marathon, and then we alternate moving forward for a couple of weeks. There you go.
Who fucking cares?
Okay. The vibe I am getting is GTA 4 in general. Some people are saying they want Suikoden 2 right now, but the general vibe I'm getting is, number one, we just played a lengthy RPG with Claire Obscure. We don't want to go into another one right away. That's number one. And number two, it's been a while since there's been GTA content on the channel. I haven't played GTA 4 in 6+ years, so it would feel refreshing, especially with the GTA 6 right around the corner next year. It would be cool to have a GTA playthrough. So, if this is the vibe we're getting, then that's maybe what we'll go with. All right, and then
random siege mode. I think Phil was not actually pleased with that. I think, I don't think he minds fucking trying to play it, but I think he was hoping more people would have been all for Suikoden 2. I think he's a wee bit annoyed that not more people were hoping for him to play that instead and save GTA 4 for like summertime or whatever. Or later on in the summer.
And then Suikoden 2, we can always play later on in the summer when we have some downtime. I'd be okay with that. What do you think? Does that sound good? Can we come to a general agreement, a consensus, that GTA 4 with mods is probably the way to go?
And I just don't trust Phil to be able to fucking manage mods effectively for GTA. I don't. I just think he's going to fuck things up massively. And he's going to waste everyone's fucking time for chat to fucking fix the problems for him that he created.
Why not GTA 5 with mods? We just played GTA 5. What was it, last year, year before? We just played it recently. All right, unless someone can convince me otherwise, I think that's what we're going to go with. All right, let's just focus on that. GTA 4 with mods sounds like a plan for starting up next week. Okay? All right, we got some initial shout-outs to do. Then I want to very generally cover my thoughts on Death Stranding 2. I also want to talk about the Independence Day event, and then we're going to do reacting to the Capcom stuff from yesterday. That's the agenda for today. Okay? So let's do some shout-outs, okay? So first off, we start off with James Connor, who did a $5 super chat. Listen to this. This is absolutely hilarious. Remember when you only drank for Christmas? Yes, I remember when I only drank on stream for Christmas. That's correct. Now it's 2 to 3 times a week. No. It's not.
It is, kinda. Yeah.
Now it's 2 times a week max whenever I'm doing the driving game. American truck.
So he wasn't wrong. He said 2 to 3 times a week. And you said it was wrong. It's 2 times a week. He was right. Don't say he's wrong when he's right.
Sam, and now we've added Taxi Life. And each night I'm drinking 2 White Claws. Okay? Your days off, that's not true. I'm not always drinking on my days off. I don't know where you got that impression.
Usually it tells you have a drinking a day off, Phil. It's like you just... when you tell your day off stories, usually involve a drink.
And every marathon. That is to some extent true. The amount that I drink during a marathon is determined by the amount of support I get. It's kind of a gimmick. When you say you only used to drink on Christmas, you're right, but that's also because we didn't do marathons. Now, we do a marathon once a month, and it's a very special event, and people like it. So if it's working, why wouldn't you keep doing it, right? That can't be good for a recovering alcoholic. Okay, allow me to explain something to you.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, help us all. God, no. No, 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 no fucking way. No fucking way. Not again. Oh, not again. Oh, God help. No. You know what, guys? I need a drink for this fucking segment. I need alcohol to get through this segment. Phil is turning me into a goddamn alcoholic. I'm going to be right back. I'm grabbing the fucking drink. You guys enjoy some Scottish Shorters, and then when I return, we'll fucking see what Phil's got to say about this fucking bullshit of his fake alcoholism.
I earned the card, right? I'm proud of myself. Oh my god, I actually earned this card. And wow, it was very hard to do. I'm one of the few people in the game who even earned it. I think it was only like 20 people in the whole game who had the card or whatever. Okay? And I can tell you exactly what happened. Immediately after I earned that card, within 1 week they announced we're rebooting the game. The card is now going to essentially be way reduced in value.
We've been hanging and banging, brother.
Because I'm not a puppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big ups to your dad. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in then put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in then put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in then put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Alright, I'm back, and I've got my fucking drink ready and all. Let's see how bad this is gonna get. What's a bad man gonna say about him being a recovering former alcoholic?
Working, why wouldn't you keep doing it, right? That can't be good for a recovering alcoholic. Okay, allow me to explain something to you. There's no such thing as a recovering alcoholic, all right, when you're talking about someone who has told you about, like, 7 years ago, I was overly drinking and I was drinking almost all the time, every night, behind the scenes, awful stuff, mistreating my body, okay? Idiots say things like, well, if you're an alcoholic, you can never recover. Well, let me ask you a question. When you're an alcoholic, it means that you're completely dependent on the substance. Every day, you have an addiction, you want it, you crave it, you want it in your system, you feel better, you get those, endorphins or whatever when you actually drink, correct? And it's not just alcoholism, it's any substance abuse. For some people it's cigarettes, for some people it's weed, for some people it's other kinds of drugs, for some people it's eating actually, but it's an addiction, correct? If you're an alcoholic, it means that you rely on this every single day. It has to be part of your routine. It has to be something that you run back to, right? Okay. Usually when you think alcoholism, you think someone has it out of control. They can't stop, right? I will tell you, there were times in my life when this was absolutely the case. There was times during the 2000s, and there were times during the 2010s when this was the case for me, where it was out of control, and I was acting in ways that I normally wouldn't because I was under the influence. It was actually hurting my lifestyle, my body, my relationships with people. Absolutely. I've told you this stuff, right? But what's hilarious about this is that people say, oh my God, wait a minute, but you were an alcoholic, you're drinking? Yes, because in life, it's not absolutes. Do you get it? In life, it's about moderation and doing things responsibly. Maybe in the past, I admit, I've had substance abuse issues with alcohol. I've told you all about it publicly. I've admitted it. It's been something intimate that I've opened up about, right? That doesn't mean that today, if I drink 2 White Claws on a driving stream and I get a little bit of a buzz and we're having fun, that now I've become an alcoholic. If you think that, you're actually a fucking retard, all right? I want you to understand that. If you actually think that because someone who has problems in the past is having 1 or 2 casual drinks in a controlled, responsible environment and having fun with an audience, that they're an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking moron. And no one can help you because you actually think life is black and white. It's either you're an alcoholic or you are a fucking teetotaler, straight edge. That's not how life works, okay? So when you send me a super chat like that and you say one of the most dumb fucking things I've ever heard, I laugh at how dumb and ignorant you are, all right? I'm an irresponsible adult. I'm not drinking and then driving. I'm not drinking myself into a stupor every night and acting a fool, okay? What you're saying doesn't exist. A responsible adult has the ability to have a drink or two every once in a while and have fun, particularly if it's enhancing the experience of a stream. You guys said me doing this when I'm doing the driving streams is kind of fun because I get buzzed and we have fun conversation. It actually makes the drive.
Don't you fucking dare try and fucking blame the audience for your fucking alcoholism or some pish. Don't you fucking dare put that on them. You don't even fucking dare.
More difficult, and you can see, having fender benders and stuff in the games. It's funny, right? So, could you be dumber? No, I don't think so. I actually think that if you think that because I have a couple drinks on driving streams, I'm an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking idiot. And you actually need help. You need help, not me. You're the one who needs fucking help. Okay? Now, marathons, like I said, definitely interesting because sometimes I end up drinking way too much, I admit, and other times there's almost nothing. It really depends on levels of support and stuff. All right? So, and that's directly dependent on something. I told you guys during marathons, I have to pace myself. I will not go crazy and drink way too much. That did happen during my birthday marathon because I didn't understand how strong that moonshine was. Oh, God. I legit drank too much and I got sick, right? The next day I couldn't even come to stream on time. That's a situation where, yeah, things got out of hand. I adjusted. If you haven't noticed, that hasn't happened. Again, I'm not really doing that stuff anymore. I'm probably not going to be drinking moonshine. That's crazy. It's too strong, right? So, yeah, it's that simple. It's not a big deal. Idiots making shit up like, oh, you drink every time on your day off. No, I don't. How would you even fucking know that? Are you in my house staring at me? Do you have fucking security cameras watching my behavior? What are you talking about? Because you live in a detractor world and you're an obsessed lunatic doesn't mean you know anything about me. You're a fucking idiot. So thanks for the $5, you complete fucking moron. I hope you've now been publicly humiliated enough.
Jesus Christ, where do you even fucking begin to unpack that fucking bullshit? Hold on a second. First of all, I need to count this sip. He's going to count this, so he's going to sip here thinking he's victorious and fucking putting down that person, which means we get... That counts for 2. This is known as a victory sip here. So that counts as fucking 2. That's a fucking victory sip right there. But guys, I mean, look, I don't understand what it means to be an alcoholic. I am fortunate enough to not have had any problems with alcohol in my life, you know. But I have had family who have had issues though. In fact, so I have an uncle on my mum's side, and he had serious issues with substance abuse, you know, and it really greatly affected his life, and it was ruining his fucking life. Alcohol was a big part of that. He was ruining his fucking life. He was killing himself because of it, but he managed to, thankfully though, he managed to fucking get clean, and he has been clean now for a long fucking time. I'm getting to see him tomorrow, you know. That's my plan. That's my plan for my fucking day off, you know, from Phil's antics, not shit. My Saturday, I'm gonna go see my uncle. He lives out in the fucking, you know, one of these wee Scottish islands on the west coast. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go fucking see him. The first time I've seen him for a good while, whatever. You know what I mean? Seen him as well. My mum as well. You know what I mean? My sister, even my partner as well. She's come along as well, getting to meet him for the first time. So yeah, but as I'm saying though, he went through a lot with substance abuse, with alcohol as well, primarily, you know, and it affected his life tremendously. But he's managed to stay clean. He doesn't go near just alcohol anymore, because obviously alcohol done so much damage to his life. And also, what helped him was the things like religion. He found like religion, you know, so it became a lot more, you know, invested in the faith, things whatever, you know what I mean, to try and stay strong, which is fair play. You know, I'm not much of a man of faith myself, you know what I mean, but I greatly appreciate the strength it gives others, especially again, you know, it helps them live a fucking good life or whatever, you know what I mean. I am not a religious person by any fucking means, but I have a massive amount of respect for people who find strength and faith to live a good life, you know. Oh God, Steve Dead is asking, what did you miss? You know what, for Steve, for you, I'm going to rewind it. I'm going to rewind this for you. This bears watching again, Steve, because this is just, you need to watch this.
Okay, so when you send me a
hold on, so yeah, it bears being watched. Oh Christ! So that being said, and the viewers have just joined, say hello. Okay, guys. For everyone joining from that being said, Phil has just had a bizarre fucking take about alcoholism, and it was all from one super chat. Somebody has sent a super chat asking him about the dangers of him drinking so much compared to the past. Yeah. So it bears watching again, okay? It bears watching again. So I feel like just I'm gonna wind it. I'm gonna let it play out in all its full entirety. I won't interrupt it, you know. But yeah, fuck me, guys. So here is Phil challenging someone who questioned why he's drinking more than usual compared to, you know, for a former alcoholic, he's drinking more than usual.
Convince me otherwise. I think that's what we're gonna go with. All right, let's just focus on that.
Hold on.
Then I'm to the Capcom stuff. We did a $5 super chat.
Oh, here we go.
So let's do some shout outs, okay? So first off, we start off with James Connor, who did a $5 super chat. Listen to this. This is absolutely hilarious. Remember when you only drank for Christmas? Yes, I remember when I only drank on stream for Christmas. That's correct. Now it's 2 to 3 times a week. No, it's not. Now it's 2 times a week max whenever I'm doing the driving game. You know, American Truck Sim, and now we've added Taxi Life. And each night I'm drinking 2 White Claws, okay? Your days off, that's not true. Not always drinking on my days off. I don't know where you got that impression. And every marathon. That is to some extent true. The amount that I drink during a marathon is determined by the amount of support I get. It's kind of a gimmick. You know, when you say you only used to drink on Christmas, you're right, but that's also because we didn't do marathons. Now, we do a marathon once a month, and it's a very special event, and people like it. So if it's working, why wouldn't you keep doing it, right? That can't be good for a recovering alcoholic. Okay, allow me to explain something to you. There's no such thing as a recovering alcoholic, all right, when you're talking about someone who has told you about, like, you know, 7 years ago, I was overly drinking, and I was drinking almost all the time, every night, behind the scenes, awful stuff, mistreating my body, okay? Idiots say things like, well, if you're an alcoholic, you can never recover. Well, let me ask you a question. When you're an alcoholic, it means that you're completely dependent on the substance. Every day, you have an addiction. You want it. You crave it. You want it in your system. You feel better. You get those, what is it, endorphins or whatever when you actually drink, correct? And it's not just alcoholism. It's any substance abuse. For some people, it's cigarettes. For some people, it's weed. For some people, it's other kinds of drugs. For some people, it's eating, actually. But it's an addiction, correct? If you're an alcoholic, it means that you rely on this every single day. It has to be part of your routine. It has to be something that you run back to, right? Okay. Usually, when you think alcoholism, you think someone has it out of control. They can't stop, right? I will tell you, there were times in my life when this was absolutely the case. There was times during the 2000s, and there were times during the 2010s when this was the case for me, where it was out of control, and I was acting in ways that I normally wouldn't because I was under the influence. It was actually hurting my lifestyle, my body, my relationships with people. Absolutely. I've told you this stuff, right? But what's hilarious about this is that people say, oh my God, wait a minute, but you were an alcoholic, you're drinking? Yes, because in life, it's not absolutes. Do you get it? In life, it's about moderation and doing things responsibly. Maybe in the past, I admit, I've had substance abuse issues with alcohol. I've told you all about it publicly. I've admitted it. It's been something intimate that I've opened up about, right? That doesn't mean that today, if I drink 2 White Claws on a driving stream and I get a little bit of a buzz and we're having fun, that now I've become an alcoholic. If you think that, you're actually a fucking retard, all right? I want you to understand that. If you actually think that because someone who has problems in the past is having 1 or 2 casual drinks in a controlled, responsible environment and having fun with an audience, that they're an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking moron. And no one can help you because you actually think life is black and white. It's either you're an alcoholic or you're a fucking teetotaler, straight edge. That's not how life works, okay? So when you send me a super chat like that and you say one of the most dumb fucking things I've ever heard, I laugh at how dumb and ignorant you are, all right? I'm an responsible adult. I'm not drinking and then driving. I'm not drinking myself into a stupor every night and acting a fool, okay? What you're saying doesn't exist. A responsible adult has the ability to have a drink or two every once in a while and have fun, particularly if it's enhancing the experience of a stream. You guys said me doing this when I'm doing the driving streams is kind of fun because I get buzzed and we have fun conversation. It actually makes the driving more difficult and you can see, having fender benders and stuff in the games. It's funny, right? So could you be dumber? No, I don't think so. I actually think that if you think that because I have a couple drinks on driving streams, I'm an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking idiot and you actually need help. You need help, not me. You're the one who needs fucking help. Okay. Now, marathons, like I said, definitely interesting. Because sometimes I end up drinking way too much, I admit, and other times there's almost nothing. It really depends on levels of support and stuff, all right? So, and that's directly dependent on something. I told you guys during marathons, I have to pace myself. I will not go crazy and drink way too much. That did happen during my birthday marathon because I didn't understand how strong that moonshine was. Oh, God. I legit drank too much and I got sick, right? The next day, I couldn't even come to stream on time. That's a situation where, yeah, things got out of hand. I adjusted. If you haven't noticed, that hasn't happened. Again, I'm not really doing that stuff anymore. I'm probably not going to be drinking moonshine. That's crazy. It's too strong, right? So, yeah, it's that simple. It's not a big deal. Idiots making shit up like, oh, you drink every time on your day off. No, I don't. How would you even fucking know that? Are you in my house staring at me? Do you have fucking security cameras watching my behavior? What are you talking about? Because you live in a detractor world and you're an obsessed lunatic doesn't mean you know anything about me. You're a fucking idiot. So thanks for the $5, you complete fucking moron. I hope you've now been publicly humiliated enough.
Yeah. So
What's up?
that was something. So thank you for saying for the $5 super chat. Who says Phil obviously does not understand the mentality behind addiction. Get bent, Phil. I think it's like he likes. It's the most bizarre fucking thing. Like Phil clearly has an addiction problem, but it's nothing to do with fucking like alcohol or whatever. His addiction is mobile gaming, gacha gaming. Phil has historically had a serious problem with being addicted to mobile gacha games. It happened with fucking WWE Supercard back in the fucking day, where Phil was actually skipping doing streams and skipping making content for these events in Supercard. Phil actually prioritised playing a mobile game over doing his fucking job before. And Phil didn't stop playing Supercard because, I fucking saw the light and whatever. And Phil stopped playing Supercard because they changed the rules and they changed the format of the fucking game. And Phil wasn't pleased with their business practices or whatever. So Phil's like, okay, fuck this game. I put in all this time, all this money, all this effort, and now they're going to fucking just change the rules. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, Phil stopped playing Supercard, not because he fucking saw it as a waste of fucking money and time, but because the developers of the game or whatever fucking just changed the fucking rules of the game. And they fucking moved on to fucking, WWE champions instead. And now that's his fucking addiction, which he fucking refuses to fucking accept and deal and handle. You know? These days, his addiction is essentially WWE champions and spending in general. I mean, Chris Eisner was saying his addiction is spending money. I mean, that's a possibility as well. But it's undeniable. When somebody had a fucking streak in that game as long as Phil had, for consecutive days of logging into WWE champions and playing that fucking game, God almighty. People want a detox, fine. Let's have an auto detox while we're trying. Yeah, but that take from Phil was just so fucking bullshit. I love as well how he tried to fucking blame his fans partially. When we're playing Truck Sim, you guys said it's fun. You guys say it's fun when I have a few drinks on stream and I crash into things or whatever. Like, that's like, I'm a former alcoholic, but my stream enjoys it when I get buzzed and pretend to crash vehicles in video games. Like, wow, way to fucking blame your fucking audience for, you know, enabling your former alcoholism or whatever. Look, Phil, let's get one thing crystal fucking clear, okay? Let's just be fucking bit truthful and clear the matter. Phil Burnell has never been a fucking alcoholic. I am confident. I am so confident in saying that. Phil Burnell has sometimes in the past drank too much fucking alcohol and said some dumb shit. Like when he fucking said dumb shit to fucking Mike Watson and Jaha, for example, under influence of alcohol, and they wanted to fucking beat his ass like a fucking drum, and he fucking got on his knees, begged profusely, and said, please don't hit me, I'm an alcoholic. He used it as a fucking, you know, crutch, an excuse, a reason to fucking not get his arse kicked in, and he used it as a fucking tool of pity from his fucking would-be aggressors, you know, to stop her getting hit, whatever. Phil has done the same thing about depression. Now, I don't believe Phil has ever been diagnosed as being depressed. But Phil has claimed he's had depression because he gets sad sometimes. We all fucking get sad sometimes. But having actual fucking depression is more than just fucking being sad sometimes. Phil uses these fucking conditions, these ailments, these serious issues. These are serious problems. Depression's a serious fucking problem. Alcoholism is a serious fucking problem. And Phil uses them as fucking tools to gain pity and sympathy. And fucking use it as a fucking, you know, as a reason for fucking doing some shitty things in the fucking past. So I'm firmly of the fucking belief that Phil Burnell has never been a goddamn alcoholic, and never been fucking depressed either, not been diagnosed with depression anyway, but he fucking uses these things as a fucking tool to gain pity and sympathy from others for whatever, you know, for various reasons. But Phil does have addictions, don't get me wrong, Phil definitely has addictions. He just isn't able to admit those addictions because it would mean giving up things he really likes to do. Like wailing away WWE champions and just spending money in general. He seems like a bit of a shopaholic as well whenever he's flash with cash. But yeah, it's just... yeah, that take was just fucking ridiculous. It really was. I was like, what the fuck, man? What in the fuck? Brian's trying his best to lighten him a tear. And he's like, so he's saying, oh, let's see what Brian's saying. Let's see.
How much alcohol is there in Tootsie Fruits? It's not about how much, man. It's like so if I only put my penis Zutalo, it's all right. All right, so
The rum cake, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. but like, the guy on the right, former alcoholic, you know, he knows he can't drink again because if he does, he might not be responsible for his fucking actions, whatever. You know, he knows that, you know, like, he could get a drinking problem very fast by drinking. You know what I mean? But he stayed clean and stayed away from it and all that shit, yeah. But it's just crazy, man. It really is. But Phil, though, pretending to understand what these things are like. Yesterday, what was it? This week we've seen Phil Burnell be an expert on law, be an expert on copyright stuff, and now he's an expert on addiction, apparently. Like, it's just fucking ridiculous.
So you're telling me you're one of those people, like, if you had a bite of rum cake,
Yeah.
you would go on a bender?
If I had a bite of rum cake, I'd him up.
I thought you were going to say I would
Crikey.
him,
Which I might do as well. I can't be sure I wouldn't do that.
rum cake,
Crikey.
and then I
Crikey.
him up. All right, well,
Oh, all the fucking swearing in the sense. Okay, but there you go. Give me a wee little fucking palate cleanser after Phil's toxicity there. There you go. You know, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I used to fucking watch Trek Fairs all the time way back when. Like, you know, he used to post that late show in America. I'd fucking like watch the fucking highlights that shit on YouTube like every day. Like, somebody would upload the show in like different parts and fucking like watch it. It was always a fucking blast watching that shit. You know, they got replaced by that fucking daft prick, you know. You know, like from local boy. No, not really. I mean, you know, he's from Cumbernauld. I'm nowhere near fucking Cumbernauld. Cumbernauld is a dreary place in Scotland that has received the Carbuncle Award twice for being such a dreary shithole. You know, Cumbernauld is unlucky in the fact that it's Cumbernauld and it's such a boring shithole with nothing. You know, the only thing special about Cumbernauld is that Craig Ferguson fucking came from there. Oh, they're local to you. You used to live in Cumbernauld. Well, no, do you fucking go? And why'd you leave then, eh? Because it's a shithole, Mocky. You don't fucking pretend. Don't you fucking pretend that you fucking left for a fucking. Oh, I'd hate to leave this place behind. Get the fuck out of real. It's a fucking dump. I mean, Jesus. Oh hell. Exactly. Why'd you leave? Because it was a shithole. Exactly. But it's my shithole. I'm going to defend my shithole to the fucking end of the earth. How dare you be accurately fucking summarising what Cumbernaud's like, Gabba. Anyway, fuck it. Let's get on with the bingo, shall we? Good stuff indeed.
Okay.
Anyway, just to quick summarise. So we have 3 spaces so far. That has all been because of memberships. I don't know if we have 50 likes yet, but if we do get 50 likes, that's another free space right then and there. If we get one more sip or snort or burp, we get a free space as well for that.
Let's continue, shall we? Chris did a £2 super chat and says, hey, Phil, here's a little bit to help. Thank you, Chris. Let's get you on the leaderboard. Someone with a brain. Now it's £2, and again, the pound is actually very valuable right now. The pound has, like, grown more and more in value in the last, like...
But for every pound you can get back, like $1.30, I think it's like 37, which is as strong as it's been for a while. But I read today that American markets have been the highest they've been for a long time as well. So I think it's going to fucking balance out soon.
2 months. So let me take a look. Wow. $1.37 now. So it's about $2.73. We're going to count it as 2.
What? Wait. He's closer to 3 than he is 2. He's only like 25 cents. He rounded it to 2. He rounded it down the way. Hold on.
So it's about $2.73. We're going to count it as 2.
Yeah, greedy bastard. Yeah, greedy piece of shit. Oh, what an absolute greedy bam. So $2.33. We'll just round that down to 2.
But I gotta be careful because sometimes it actually is worth more than the American equivalent. All right. Prophet Warner with a $5 super chat says, for the goal. Thank you to Prophet Warner. Appreciate that. Jalen with a $5 super chat. Season 3 of Squid Games released. I'm not sure if you saw the first 2, but it's a must-watch. No. That's something that I didn't have Netflix when Squid Game released, and I do have Netflix now because I was watching WWE, but I haven't even opened it since, like, WWE. So, I guess we'll see if I ever get back to it, but right now, no, I'm not really interested.
Oh god, I forgot I got Netflix just so I could fucking watch WWE, so I can fucking do that show with fucking Kino. Remember, that was all part of the plan as well. Him to fucking bring back Smart Guys was all part of the fucking snaking plan as well, apparently. And now he's fucking stuck with a Netflix subscription and he fucking forgot to cancel.
In Squid Games. Tobomaru with a €5 super chat. Now, euros are worth a little less than pounds, but I still think this would count as like a little over $5. Let's see. $5.85. Let's get that.
Round it down. Round it down.
On the leaderboard. That is the biggest super chat of the day.
We need to know, is he going to round it down or not? He's on $12 right now. Okay? Is he going to fucking be in $17 or $18, do we think? Is he going to round up to $18? Or is he going to be in 17? What do we think, guys?
Cool. So
he counted it as 5! He counted it as 5! Oh my god, so... There's no way! Oh my god. Those last 2 contributions combined, Phil, you didn't need to round down for both of them. Oh, what a disgusting... Jesus, why am I surprised? Why am I fucking surprised? This is hilarious. What a greedy piece of shit.
Thank you. Tobomaru says, what games on your radar you really want to try out or are you hyped for? Well, you already know the lineup for the year. I've already gone through it. I've already told you some of the games that I'm excited for. Like, for example, Silent Hill F. Having a brand new Silent Hill game after so long is going to be cool. I'm actually looking forward to playing new releases on PC this year. For example, Call of Duty, I'll be playing on keyboard and mouse day one. So I'll have the ideal control scheme for the new Call of Duty, which I've never really had before. I've always been on pad, and now playing on keyboard and mouse.
Diablo changed their at name so it matches a YouTube name. Like, because of YouTube being all weird right now, Diablo was compelled to like change their at name to how it usually looks anyway. Diablo Lord of Darkness. So there we go. Brian, you might want to, are you thinking of changing your username, Brian A, or are you going to just stick to Genius Geezer? Because you think so highly of yourself and your intelligent style fucking thinking. I don't know. Like, I don't know. This YouTube bug's very fucking weird. I don't understand what the fuck is going on myself. Steve Adair is now also at ArtChangerSteve because that's a YouTube title, that's a YouTube page handle, you know? So I don't know why YouTube's being like this. Hopefully it gets fixed very fucking soon.
Those last couple of months that I played Black Ops 6, I realized how much better it was. So,
oh, there we go. We have heard from the future. We're 35 minutes behind live DSP, but Phil has been whaled because somebody has managed to get him up to $121. I imagine one of those contributions was quite large and whale-like.
That's one that I'm legit excited for, you know? But at the top of my head, you know, I'm not sitting here thinking too much about, you know, long-term this year. I'm kind of just focusing on let's do some summer fun stuff and then, you know, go from there. Hello Voltage with a $2 super chat. I'm a recovering pickleaholic. There you go. So there you go. Let me ask you a question. Just because I had problems with addiction to pickles in my youth, all right, does that mean that I cannot eat the Grillo's pickle menu? On Monday, when we hit the goal and we do this DSP tries at Sonic?
Show me one person whose life was ruined by fucking pickles.
I don't understand what you're saying. It almost sounds like you're an idiot. Okay. Shout out to J Rod, who did a $2 super chat. Did you figure out how to purchase Steam bundles? It's not, has nothing to do with how to purchase. The problem with Steam was it wasn't reflecting the things that I had bought after I bought them. So I bought a Steam bundle of the maps of Truck Sim, and then I went into the menu for DLCs for Truck Sim, and it still said I could buy the games again. In fact, it even showed a bundle that had a state I had already bought as available for purchase, and it didn't exclude the state I had already bought like it's supposed to. So it was a Steam issue. I don't know if Steam has fixed itself. Quite frankly, I don't really care. Steam has their own issues. It's just that people like, it's hilarious because everyone's telling me I'm doing it wrong. Then I outright prove that it's actually Steam, and they go, oh, it's supposed to be because of the Steam sale. It's not working today. Yeah, that's what I was telling you guys all day. That's what I was saying all night. It's like, it's not working right. Like, why are you giving me...
Usually it's your fucking fault because you're an incompetent piece of shit, and it still might be your fault because I've not seen any evidence showing that Steam was going weird. Usually it is you being an incompetent cunt.
A hard time when I'm showing you outright in your face that it's literally not working. Yeah, here it is, map expansions. Okay, it has updated. It updated now. It's showing that I bought Oklahoma, Texas, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas. So it shows that I have the...
Well, there we go. So Phil has been whaled $50 on YouTube there. $50 super chat from somebody called Kill Yourself. What a wholesome part of Phil's community. Somebody called Kill Yourself. Hey DSP, hope you're having a great day, man. Keep ignoring the trolls. Phil cannot ignore the trolls if his life depended on it. We live rent-free in his fucking head. But here we go. Here's somebody throwing $50 at Phil because they believe that Phil suffers because of people like me and people like you.
Like 6 to 7 new states. So that's cool. Cool. All right. Let's see here. Ralph did a $5 super chat. Says, I'm an Xbox fan. Is the pain I'm feeling what a Sega fan felt in the late 90s and early 2000s? Oh, man. Man, that's actually a unique question, all right? So here's the deal, right? And if you're those who don't know, if you weren't around back then, the late 90s and early 2000s were really rough for anyone who was a Sega fan because Sega had been a serious competitor in the console wars for a while. You know, first it was the Master System, then it was the Genesis / was it Mega Drive, I think they called it. And then you know, they jumped into the Sega CD, 32X, Saturn, Dreamcast, okay, in that order. And then even had a handle, wasn't it the Game Gear or whatever? So they were completely competing with a company like Nintendo for, hey, top console dog. Keep in mind, there were other dogs in the fight back then. You know, there was guys that were coming out with crazy consoles like the 3DO, right? Remember that thing? That crazy thing. There was another one too. Didn't Panasonic have one? Or was that the 3DO? There was 2 or 3 other crazy consoles that were way overpriced and trying to jump in and compete with Sega and Nintendo at the time, and they didn't do so well. It wasn't until Sony stepped up with the PlayStation 1 that now there was another major competitor. What ended up happening was, basically, Sega was trying to innovate, and when they did, they kind of got ahead of themselves. And what I mean by that is the Sega CD was a great idea. Having a CD-based console, that means you're going to have better graphics, CD quality audio, and full motion video. The problem was the technology was too early. So in the time that they released it, it was overly expensive, and the games couldn't really do exactly what they wanted. Instead, the best they could do was like interactive movies, as opposed to like an actual game. So you're buying a game like Double Switch, right? Where all you're doing is looking at security cameras in a house, and you're clicking buttons to try to like, you know, stop things from happening or whatever. Like, is this really a game? Not really. And so the games were very disappointing for what people were investing in it. And it wasn't until PlayStation came along where the technology had advanced. This was years later, where now
You could argue that same sort of thing for games like Kevin Rain, though. Since it's like, you know, it's just a whole lot of things when you press a fucking button to determine what happens next. Via a little cutscene thing, you know what I'm saying? Like quick time events. Is that really gaming? Quick time events has like basically killed a lot of gaming at times. Because some games are just filled with quick time events.
you could do actual 3D polygons and things. That made sense to have the CD technology, and the price of manufacturing and CDs and everything was dropping. So Sony came in at the right time, but sadly, Sega was too ahead of the game and came in a little too early. And it kind of shot themselves in the foot because they had a great console with the Genesis that was competing with the Super Nintendo, but then they were like, well, let's go ahead further. Sega CD. Oh, wait, the Genesis is floundering. 32X, stick a giant mushroom on top, right? Wait, now that's failing. Do the Saturn. The Saturn will have graphics similar to PlayStation, so we can compare, you know, try to compete with them. And I would even argue that a console like the Dreamcast, which was the final Sega console ever, actually had technology in it that was groundbreaking, that was better than everything else. You know, it had a controller that was innovative. It had better graphics that were on par with like arcade machines at the time, which is why games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had the definitive home editions on Dreamcast. It actually had the first online play. Were you aware of this? The first actual real online play for a video game was the Dreamcast. You would dial in with a cable or a dial-in modem and actually log into the Sega network, and you could play certain games out with online functionalities. So it was pretty darn good. But no matter what Sega tried, it was kind of a sinking ship. Sony took.
Wait a second. What did I miss? What did I miss on the bingo? What did Phil say in the bingo card that I missed here? Because I've been doing a bit. I've been doing quite well to keep on top of things, you know. What did I say reality? When Phil was going through the fucking, you know, the innovations that Sega was making, did I say reality at any point, or? Wait, he said these we tries it. When did he say that? Did he say it during this segment? He said it during his addiction rant. All right. See, I was confident of Phil saying it anyway after I fucking read off that $50 super chat, you know. But if he's said it already.
Burger.
Yeah.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
There you go, guys. If I'm missing anything, but by all means, guys, if I ever miss things on the card, please let me know. I don't try and miss things. I just do sometimes. Bugs, bingo mechanics, nothing I can do, dude. All that jazz. But yeah, it's a team effort, you know. You did say something. Oh, I fucking missed it. All right. If I didn't see it once, I like how you waited like fucking, what, 15 minutes later. I said, hey, by the way, you missed us like fucking 15 minutes ago when you're busy fucking ranting and raving about the fake alcohol. Like, it's okay. Look, Phil, I'm very confident Phil would have said it again anyway, because also at $50 super chat, he'll read it off and say, guys, we're so close to the goal, remember? You know, he would have definitely said it again, for sure, you know. More people said it, there's no excuses. My excuse is I didn't fucking see people saying it. My bad. YouTube's broken today. It's hard to notify me when the handles are broken today, you know. Tagging me in chat is not as easy because you got to fucking type out something different than usual because YouTube fucking usernames are broken today.
Over at that time, Sony overtook everything. They overtook Nintendo, which is crazy to think that Nintendo was the industry leader ever since the NES, and all of a sudden Sony is overcoming them, right? So sadly, here you are, you're in the console wars heavily. You love Sega, you love Sonic, and you love everything about it, right? It's an edgy attitude and everything's better. Nintendo's a kid's toy, right? But then all of a sudden, this new scrappy competitor, the Sony PlayStation, comes out of nowhere and eats up all the market share. So now when you go to the video rental place, right, you see Nintendo and you see PlayStation. You're like, what happened to Sega? Sega's this like corner area of dusty games because no one's playing Sega anymore. The Sega Saturn flopped in the United States. Within like a year, it was discount levels. I went to Toys R Us about 1 year after the launch of the Sega Saturn. I bought the Saturn console, additional game pads, and like 7 games for like $200. They just wanted to get rid of it.
Wait a second. What year did this come out? How old is Phil? It's like a year after the Saturn came out. That's like what? Like, Phil says he bought it. Was Phil old enough to buy this shit himself? Like, when I think of like the early consoles, I think of Phil like, how old was he? That doesn't make sense to me. Hold on. What's the word of that again? Hold on.
Discount levels. I went to Toys R Us about 1 year after the launch of the Sega Saturn.
1 year after the launch of Sega Saturn. So hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Let me just search this. Sega Saturn launch USA. The Sega Saturn was launched on 11th of May 1995. So Phil went in 1996. So Phil went in 1996 to his local whatever. when was Phil born again? I'm trying to think, when was he born? I don't think he'd have been 12 or 13. I think so. 1996. So hold on. You know, like Phil is older than me by about like 5 years or so, like 4 or 5 years. So I think he'd have been 14 or 15 years old. Like Phil's like 43 now, isn't he? He's like 43 years old now. You know. Obviously, later on in the years, so yeah, Phil was like 14 or 15, and he claims he dropped 200 buckaroos on this. I guess somebody had a very good fucking paper round.
United States. Within like a year, it was discount levels. I went to Toys R Us about 1 year after the launch of the Sega Saturn. I bought the Saturn console, additional game pads, and like 7 games for like $200. They just wanted to get rid of it. No one had this thing, and no one wanted to play it. So, yeah. So now we're in Xbox era. And Xbox.
I guess that's the benefit of being a fucking sole child. He was the only child in that relationship. So I guess he was very spoiled by his mommy and daddy. Phil claims he bought it. No. That's the bank of mom and dad right fucking there buying that shit for him. And Phil fucking pretending he bought it himself. You know he's a wee fucking boy at the time.
Oh my god. At first, Xbox was like the underdog. But then with the Xbox 360 era, you know, Microsoft really stepped up. They added so many awesome new features like achievements. Awesome online friend system, buddy system, messaging system, Xbox Live with great online play, drop in, drop out the parties and stuff like that, better voice chat, right? For a while there, Xbox 360 was the industry leader for consoles when it came to better graphics. Of course, the Wii was always the top dog, but the Wii also had awful graphics. It wasn't really having that level of competition, right? But ever since that era, it's just been a downward slope. You know, it really has been. And it's sad because if you were an Xbox fan, now you go to listen. What are they talking about on the Xbox show? Oh, we're going to have a new handheld that's basically just a ROG Ally you can buy right now, but it's Xbox branded. Huh? Every device in your house is an Xbox. Your phone is an Xbox. Your mouse is an Xbox. Your wrist rest is an Xbox. No, stupid. What are you doing? What are the new exclusive Xbox games that are coming out? Oh, there are none. None. Not even like there's 1 or 2. There's none. And then when the games come out from the Xbox studios, they're terrible. The only thing Xbox has going for it right now is Game Pass. Game Pass is still great. I love being a Game Pass subscriber. I get a ton of games out of it that we play and enjoy, and there's value there. But outside of the Game Pass system, there's no advantage at this point to having an Xbox console. There's 0 exclusives. Anything that's Xbox, you can play on a PC anyway. It's just sad. It's a really sad situation how the mighty have fallen. And I can agree with you that, yeah, it's kind of very similar to the situation of Sega, where at one point they were a serious competitor. They were, at one point, the top dog. They were beating Nintendo. And then downward freaking spiral. All right? Awful, awful stuff.
Who fucking cares?
So, let's hope for a recovery, shall we? Seriously, let's hope that maybe Xbox will recover, but with their current leadership of Phil Spencer not knowing his ass from his elbow, I'm not feeling too positive about it. I think
Yay, Phil said positive.
Burger.
There we go. In case you're wondering, so we have 5 free spaces, and that's partially thanks to you guys, of course, for we got 50 likes on stream, as well as that, we've got some gifted members as well. Phil has started 10, well, he's got 11 on a snort, burp, and sip counter. As well. So yeah, we've got 5 free spaces so far. It means we are 4 away from a full house, with plenty of the show to go.
They need to, once again, they need to gut that company and route the leadership that has no fucking clue what they're talking about. Instead of getting talking figureheads like Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, they should get people who know games, you know? And then maybe the company can succeed again. But they're putting the wrong people in positions of power, and this is what happens. Okay. Now, for the record, all right, there's someone here who did a giant super chat, $50. But I just want their name is Kill Yourself, all right? So Kill Yourself, I'm just going to say this. You should change your name. It's a pretty messed up name.
Fuck off. This is a part of your community, Phil, with a wholesome message. Why are you really surprised that your community has individuals like this with names like that? I'm not. Phil doesn't want to add their name to leaderboard. I feel uncomfortable doing this. My moral compass is going off the chart here. Change your name to jump off a cliff. Exactly.
Pretty offensive name. It's not exactly kosher in 2025. A lot of people will read that name and be like, what the hell? I'm not even going to put your name on my leaderboard. Sorry, I'm not going to do it. All right? So thank you for a $50 contribution, a $50 super chat. But I'm not stupid. I'm not going to put that name on the leaderboard. It's more like bait than anything else. Oh, look, streamer, Kill Yourself on his stream. I'm not doing it. Okay? So.
I love how he fixes the fucking trap. Like, somebody gave me $50, but they're trying to make me look bad. I'm not going to add that. I know their game. They want me to add their name to my stream. And it's going to make me look terrible. Fucking hell, man. The paranoia. You're not getting dropped 50 buckaroos by this fucker. Phil's still paranoid. about the potential repercussions of having their name on there. Archangel Steve. Steve is saying, I'm not a monarchist, so I find the name King Jad objectionable. I hear your objection, and I'm going to, kindly tell you to shove it up your arse. Peasant.
Oh, his message is, hey, DSP, I hope you're having a great day. Ignore the trolls. All right, I will. Thanks for $50. I appreciate that.
If Phil ignoring the trolls, nah, bullshit. He's not going to ignore the trolls. If Phil finds it impossible to ignore the fucking trolls.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, you're fucking insinuating this person was a troll by having a name like that. And trying to fucking get you in trouble on your stream.
Here we go. J-Rod did a $2 super chat and says, do you think that they know more business stuff than you? Here's the thing. They probably understand business lingo, business financials.
I love how Phil put anon. Instead of putting chaos, he put anonymous. The guy's anonymous now, apparently.
Right? But do they understand gaming? No. If they did, they would not be in the situation they're in. They wouldn't be saying asinine things like everything is an Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, it's not rocket science to figure out what gamers want. You just have to be a gamer. But that's the problem. The people that they put into these positions are always people who are silver spoon in the mouth of rich kids. All right? They went to Ivy League schools. Everything in their life has been handed to them. They don't have to spend any money to actually get anything. There's no actual feeling of investment or risk in anything that they've ever done.
Here we go.
And then you throw them immediately into the helm of a company. Well, if you've never actually had stakes for anything you've done in your life, what makes you think that you can actually run a company? Right? Because the thing is, these people fail up. Right? They mess up, and then they actually get rewarded for failing. They get paid to fail. And then they get promotions and bonuses, and then they actually go to other companies. You remember Don Matrick, the guy who tanked Xbox One? The launch was one of the worst console launches in history. He was elitist and said things like, if you don't want online functionality all the time, get the Xbox 360. The Xbox One isn't for you. It's fucked up stuff. Do you know what happened to him? They ousted him from the company, and he went to become the CEO of Zynga, a mobile game company, and was paid millions of dollars. I'm not kidding you.
He's paid millions of dollars, eh?
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
Ain't that an interesting fucking number?
Jesus.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it?
It sure is.
6 million.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what?
What?
You're wrong.
No.
It didn't happen.
What?
You're making it up. Right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone. Forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The bar's being raised.
It's always fucking funny. Good stuff indeed. Phil said, million, I got to fucking play the clip. Excellent stuff indeed. Oh, glorious fucking stuff. So yeah, in case people are curious why Phil has such a fucking hate boner towards people who are Ivy League educated, Phil wanted to be a part of that elite, and they wouldn't let him in it, and Phil blamed him being white for not being able to get in. But there's a clip out there somewhere. Hold on, let me see if I can find the clip. Fuck it, Let's see if I can find this clip here of Phil complaining why he didn't get to fucking college. So hold on, I'm sure it exists somewhere here. Yeah, here it is here, old clip here on Aquatile's channel. It's a 4-minute clip here. This is like uploaded like years ago, fuck it, But here we go. Here's Phil complaining. DSP didn't get into an Ivy League school because he wasn't black. Actually, before I start this, I should probably go to 1.5 as well, just because, don't want to fucking suffer normal DSP and normal speed. But yeah, here's Phil's copium about Ivy League schools. I mean, this is why he has a hatred for them, okay? This explains it.
Have I been to Yale campus in New Haven? Yes. Yes. I toured Yale. I toured NYU. I toured Boston College. I toured, Fairfield University. That's where I ended up going. I ended up touring a lot, actually. Quite a few colleges. And, there was a time when my parents and I thought that maybe, and even people in my school thought that perhaps I would actually be able to get to an Ivy League school because I was the valedictorian of my high school, and I had a bunch of extracurriculars under my belt. I mean, I was, high honors, advanced placement courses, tons of community service. Like, I volunteered at a Jewish home. I did Habitat for Humanity. I was in the school musicals.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
I was in various clubs, you know, a ton of shit. And, you know, everyone thought. And then no, didn't work out. I applied everywhere and they were all rejecting me. Not on scores or anything like that. It was like literally because, I hate to say it, again, here we go again. I hate talking about this, but in America, the university system is a scam. All right, if you want to get into an Ivy League school, you need to know someone to get in. All right, you need to already have been grandfathered in because your family already went there, or you're in a rich family. You know what I'm saying? Or you need to, it's like hitting the lottery almost. And in my case, my parents weren't rich. They could not foot the bill for the tuition. I would have to apply for financial aid. So they look at various criteria when they try to determine who gets in where. And I applied to a bunch of Ivy League schools and got rejected from every one. And when I went, I had a teacher at my high school that was kind of like my mentor. And I talked to him after the fact. And I was like, I'm really sad about this because I worked my ass off here in high school. And why do you think I didn't get in? He told me, don't be discouraged. It's not you. It's the system. You're white. You're not rich. And you don't know anyone. You're not going to get into an Ivy League school as hard as you try. Because there were kids who got into Ivy League schools at my college, or my high school. They were minority sports players. They got in. That was it. No one else got into an Ivy League school. Nobody. So that's what I mean. It's pretty messed up. That was basically the system back then. I don't know how it is today. That's how it was back then. You know, it sucked. Work your ass off and literally get passed over because you are not a sports player and you're not a minority. And that's what happened. It was fucked up actually. You know, people looking at the people. Okay, here's the graduating class, and the only kids that got into Ivy League schools were 2 athletes who were minorities. What a great system we have, right? It's pretty fucked up. So, yeah, it was terrible. But what are you gonna do? I worked my butt off and got nothing for it, really. That's my whole academic career is pretty much, you know. That's why in college I didn't care anymore. When I went to college, I was like, why am I busting my ass when I got nothing out of it for high school? Why the hell would I care about it in college? You know? And good thing I didn't. Because again, with the same rigmarole in college, I was told, if you don't know someone who already works at the company you want to work at, if you can't afford to do a unpaid internship to get experience, you can never get hired. Well, I couldn't. I had to work when I was in college to pay for college. So I fucking couldn't do an unpaid internship, you know? Shit. It's just shit. It's not me trying to say bias. It's literally my life experience that I had growing up. The education system in America fails Americans. It is so focused on things that are not, so should be focused in an educational environment, but that's what it focuses on. It's fucked up.
So, yeah, that clip. And Phil's having a go at all these people who are Ivy League educated and don't fucking know what real gamers want and all that shit. He wanted to be a part of that special elite. He wanted to be a part of that Ivy League crowd. But the system wouldn't let him, apparently. You know? So that is why Phil has a hatred for Ivy League fucking people who, you know, go on to these corporations and game developing companies and all that shit, you know. This is why he has a hatred for guys like Phil Spencer and all that shit, you know. I mean, this is why he cannot help but be so toxic and just vitriolic towards these individuals. Because Phil's just envious that they fucking got to Ivy League schools and he wasn't allowed to go with them.
Literally tanked one company and was hired for millions of dollars to run another one. That's the people they have in power at these companies, not people like you and me who live in reality world.
Okay, fuck off. Well, first of all, I said reality. Burger. Fantastic. And Phil, people like you and me, I take offense to you trying to fucking compare yourself to me. I personally am offended you think you're anything like anyone else you're fucking talking to on the internet right now, Phil. You're in a fucking privileged fucking position where you fucking make 6 figures plus per fucking year by begging your arse off on the internet, by sitting in the same room 6 days a fucking week, streaming twice a fucking day, begging for $150 per fucking stream just so you can fucking stuff fast food down your fucking gullet. All meanwhile you fucking play games at a fucking terrible fucking standard as well, and pretend the fucking game has problems instead of fucking just you having the fucking problems of even caring about the fucking game you're playing. You know, you are not like everyone else, Phil. Don't even fucking try and pretend to try and relate to your audience and fucking pretend you are. You are nothing like him. You live in your own fucking bizarre version of fucking reality. But you've not to fucking lift a finger to try and fucking work for anything for the last 15 fucking years because your fucking dumbass dentheads have essentially fucking gifted it to you. Either by helping you fucking watch videos when you're back in your fucking views-based contract back in the fucking day, or by fucking supporting you massively on live streams because you fucking live a lifestyle you cannot sustain without their wailing.
Where we're affected by decisions of finances, where we have to realize what's of value and what's not, who play a lot of games and know everything. They hire fucking Ivy League rich kids. And then they wonder why these companies don't know what the fuck they're doing. Ivy League rich people don't know real life. They've never...
You fucking do. You fucking do, Phil. Like, how the fuck are you coding into fucking real life? You don't fucking work. You don't fucking work a 9-to-5 fucking job. Like, how the fuck are you? Like, you have no idea what real life is fucking like.
Been exposed to it. They've been insulated from it. So what makes you think they could make good decisions? Ever heard of affluenza? Remember?
Well, Phil, okay, why do you think you could make good decisions? What are your fucking skills? What's your fucking qualities? Oh, you play video games or... Phil, newsflash. Most people on the internet who are watching a video game stream have played video games their entire fucking life. So before you try and fucking flex and try and say, well, I'll play video games all my fucking life, most of us fucking have, Phil. For Phil trying to fucking say, well, I know video games, I've played them all my fucking... Phil, we all have. Join the fucking club. It ain't a big fucking deal. We've all grown up enjoying video games and playing fucking video games.
That, the rich kid who literally fucked up his whole life, got into a horrendous car accident, maiming and killing other people, and his legal defense in court was affluenza. Because I'm affluent, I've never been exposed to responsibility, therefore I shouldn't be held responsible now either. What? But that's the reality these people live in. No lie. That's the reality they live in. So of course they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning. Anyway. Cyber Elk did a €2 super chat, says Phil for Xbox president. Thank you, Cyber Elk. There was also 2 super stickers, I believe, that I missed.
By the way, we're one away from Phil House.
Because they don't show up on my leaderboard. So if you give me a second here, I have to look them up manually. It looks like it's fishing. Is it fishing with a Cambodian? Yes, fishing with a Cambodian. Did 2 different $5 super stickers. Thank you. Thank you for those. I appreciate that. The thing is, I can't see them myself in my queue, but I saw them popping up in chat and I realized that you had done them, so thank you for that. Okay. Now, we have to switch over to the PC side of stuff. What the hell? To the tip side of stuff. Excuse me. We start off today with a generous $19 tip from Shinkin25. Listen to this. Then we get a dedicated clapping, singing, and dancing segment on the podcast. Your youngest and most supportive viewers love the Dooga Doogas and the rhythmic clapping. Well, there you go.
Oh my god, the fact is, that's probably somewhat accurate. There's probably a fucking portion of this fucking audience that actually fucking really enjoy that shit. That's probably somewhat unironically accurate. And he's going to do it as well for the money. Of course he is. Well, somebody give me $19, why the hell not?
Your youngest and most supportive viewers love the Dooga Doogas and the rhythmic clapping. Well, there you go. Now, what you're saying is to music in the games and stuff, right? Well, listen, I don't know about you, but I tend to have fun when a game is going and there's a lot of good music going.
No, you fucking don't. You fucking fall asleep.
And I can go dooga 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 dooga, right? A lot of games have that kind of a vibe to them. And I know that you may be thinking, oh, I'm making fun of Phil and deriding him by bringing it up this way. No, it's called having fun. Did you ever hear that? Maybe in life, at some point, you'll have some fun for yourself, and then you'll realize what it is to have fun, is to get into something, to get into a groove, right? To feel it. You ever had to get, oh, I'm feeling the vibes right now, right? And when you're feeling good vibes, you want to just kind of like be silly about it, correct? And there's nothing wrong with that, all right? As long as you have yourself under control and you don't lose it. You know, I think that vibing out every once in a while to a cool song or a cool segment of a game is something fun to do. It's not representative of small children. Even an adult can have fun every once in a while. Were you aware of this? Maybe you're stuck in a crappy lifestyle loop or 9-to-5 job you hate or whatever. And I'm sorry for that if that's the case. But, you know, some people tend to have a good time every once in a while. You know, I'd like to think that I have myself under control the majority of the time, but every once in a while you just kind of let loose and have some fun. Be a little silly, a little loose. You know, instead of just uptight, stick up your butt all day, to be a little loose is actually kind of nice. But that's funny. If I try to be a little loose, people like, they do the clown emo. Oh, it's a clown. He's having fun. He's a clown. No, you're an idiot. Okay. Let's continue.
And that's a $19 tip that he's bitching and whining about. You know, I don't know. I don't think that person was trolling you, Phil. I'm not entirely sure.
I got a $5 tip here. From Only Iced Infinite. I have a date next week. Can you give me some tips, please? With a woman, by the way, to clarify. You didn't have to clarify. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's 2025. You could date like a stick from outside that you found on the floor. You could have a virtual date, right? A lot of people do virtual dating now. So, sure. Here you are. Ready? Don't go too crazy.
Oh, God. Here we go. Phil's pro date tip advice. Oh, God almighty.
Kyle Denson tipped £1. In all seriousness, though, I think we should all skip out on Xbox Next Generation and just get a PlayStation 6, Nintendo Switch 2, and most importantly a gaming PC. I really don't understand Microsoft's strategy. I
mean, okay, I'm not fucking too clued up on the fucking whole, you know, the whole console stuff, but obviously it's going to be awkward for Microsoft because they obviously gaming, you talk about gaming PC, that benefits Microsoft. Gaming PCs usually benefit Microsoft because it's usually a Microsoft product. That gaming PC is. So it's kind of awkward for them because obviously the whole point of the Xbox was so they could try and fucking break into the console market. But since then, done well primarily. These days, there's a lot more PC gaming, which is becoming more and more popular. So it's just basically like they're kind of competing almost with himself in one aspect, with the PC gaming getting more and more popular as well. You know, so it's like, how does it make sense for him to try and prioritize Xbox as a console when there's more and more popularity these days and demand for gaming PC stuff as well? But on the flip side of things, of course, with that being said, you've got to also have the fucking games for that to drum up more appeal and more demand for that particular way to play games, you know, because obviously is there such a thing as PC gaming exclusive these days? These days, a lot of games that are available on PC are also available on consoles to some degree. But yeah, it cares about it as well. Usually I'll say it takes a year before you see a PlayStation exclusive on PC, and that's probably going to be the case for GTA 6. I think GTA 6 did that last time. You know, with GTA 5, it was on console first before it came in PC. The PC gamers had to wait like a whole bunch of months, if not a year or something, before it came out for fucking PC. So also the console gamers had a fucking advantage in that regard, and the same will probably happen again for GTA 6, I think. But yeah, I mean, Microsoft, it's hard to understand, like, it's just also a case of, like, how is there any point in them investing in the Xbox as a console when the gaming PC scene could potentially be more, it could be a smarter way for them to go down. It might be a smarter thing for them just to fucking combine the two, essentially. If that's even fucking possible, you know? Like, I don't know, but also the benefit of a gaming PC is also it's interchangeable with parts and everything, you know what I mean? People can upgrade their gaming PCs all the fucking time. Oh, I've upgraded my RAM, or my graphics driver, you know, graphics card, and all that shit. It's just, but you don't get that with consoles. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. Microsoft should probably just fucking ignore trying to fucking compete with Xbox and just maybe say, okay, fuck it, you know, gaming PCs where it's fucking at. We have the advantage because we got a little more customization on our side. We you know, so people can fucking basically fine tune their gaming experiences however they wish with other products or fucking gaming PC, you know, products. I don't know. That's my take, okay? I don't know.
A lot of people do virtual dating now. So, sure, here you are. Ready? Don't go too crazy. Don't be over the top. Don't try to be something you're really not. All right. Humor is great. Usually, women enjoy humor. I'll say that again, as long as it's controlled and not too crazy. You know, don't go too hard and don't fake anything. Be yourself. And if the woman likes you when you're yourself, then you found a good one for yourself, right? But if you have to act a way that you're not, if you have to pretend to be a character, if you have to, you know, overly go out of your way to basically woo someone over, then that person probably isn't for you, right? You want to find someone who you're going to be okay with spending a lot of time with, and they want to be around the real you, not the you on your best behavior, acting like a charismatic jokester. No, they want to be around the real you. So be sure that they're seeing the real you because you don't want to misrepresent yourself. And the next thing you know, oh, we're moving in together. Wait a minute, I actually hate you. There you go. There's some good advice. All right, let's see. I got a $2 tip. I hope that you keep Death Stranding 2. It's incredible once it gets going and gameplay actually changes a ton. Cool. Very nice. Excellent. We'll see. I'm down to keep it in the rotation as long as people show up, engage, and support me. So let's see how it keeps going.
Ah, fuck it, Derek. No.
Ghost of Derek tipped £1. Date anyone. I agree, Philip, we should stop being so ageist.
Jesus!
FBI, open up! Get the fuck out of here!
Thanks, Derek. You can fuck off now.
We'll see. I'm down to keep it in the rotation as long as people show up, engage, and support with it. So let's see how it keeps going, okay? We've got, J-Rod did a $2 super chat. Do you think sweeping generalities are good? Yes, in absolutely every single circumstance, without any exceptions, sweeping generalities are absolutely amazing. You should use them in absolutely every opportunity that you can in your life, no matter what, without exception. Sweeping generalities are the way. Very nice. Thanks for $2. And X Shooter, 37 months as a supporter here on the channel. Thank you, X Shooter, so much for your ongoing support. Very nice. All right, so folks, it's time to talk about next Friday briefly. I just want to let you know what's coming up so you know what to expect next week, okay? 1 week from today, excuse me, 1 week from today is Indivestance Day.
Oh, God almighty. I might just fucking, I don't know if I want to do bingo that day. Oh, God almighty. Yeah, because July the 4th, isn't it, on Friday? Fuck off. Nah, I might just fucking... I might just fucking pretend I'm no home that day. I don't know. Fuck. I'll see closer to the time if I want to do a bingo that day. I might just fucking tap out or something, I don't know.
Here on DSP Gaming, there will be a fun marathon of festivities. All right, what are said festivities? Well, number one, we're going to start around the usual time, and we're going to have some summertime fun. That day, my wife is going to be making a spread of summertime foods, which we will try for a, not DSP tries it, but a feasting with the king during the course of the show. We're not sure exactly what yet. She has alluded to making a homemade mac and cheese, which sounds really good. She did this a couple years ago, and it was absolutely outstanding, so she does it again. I'm pretty stoked. We'll see what she comes up with, because obviously I got to shop for the ingredients tomorrow on my day off. So there you go. So that's great. So we're going to have that. Now, basically, the event is twofold. The first half of the event, very pragmatically and matter-of-factly, is a closet clean-out. Why? I cleaned out this closet 3 summers ago. Are you aware it's been 3 freaking years since I did that? It doesn't feel like it, does it? Right? But it's been 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I cleaned out my closet. It was a huge mess, right? It was all kinds of junk and shit in there. When I cleaned it out, we found a treasure trove of cool stuff. Fan art from back in the day, a classic games collection, all kinds of shit. And that allowed me to now have a closet that was emptied out, and that allowed me to then populate said closet with vests, hats, and other things that I was using as props and parts of streaming. Well, things have changed, because in the last year, as you know, I've had a massive upgrade. My whole setup is completely different, and what's happened is this closet is now once again full of clutter and junk, stuff that I don't even know where it is, what it is, okay? And what I need to do is go through it again and figure out, this is what makes sense to keep and save, this is junk to throw out, and this is stuff maybe we can start using on streams. For example, there were things in there that now I want to use as backdrops to my streams, but I can't find them anymore. I don't remember where they are. I don't have time to dig through. So during Indivestance Day, we're going to be going through all that stuff to figure out, is this equipment I want to save? Is this now outdated crap I can get rid of? You know, we're going to go through it all and figure that out. All right. In addition, we'll probably be re-looking at art, and that classic games collection is still in there and all that stuff. It's going to be a fun, chill day. All right. That's one of the things we'll be doing during that day. But also, this is going to be the big retirement ceremony for the vests and the hats, which I used to wear on stream every single day for like 4.5 years. Right. It all started in 2020 with the vestry. And then after that, it was vests and hats and all this kind of hoopla. Well, we haven't done it now in about a year. Reason being, I phased it out. Now I wear nice clothes. Right? Now we have a great backdrop. I don't need to be doing silly gimmicks and things to be successful.
Shut up, you dick. We've won bingo because you've been begging so fucking much. Nah. This is all part of... He's promoting a marathon that he wants to fucking beg for, to fucking do and get fucking money for. And yeah, that's a... We've won. We fucking won. 6 free spaces, fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Full house? Oh boy. How exciting. Anyway.
Yep, he's monetized, clean up, exactly. Fucking exactly. Let's skip ahead to live DSP, shall we, and see how the bad man's fucking doing. Also, hold on, let's see. Let's just close off Raphael's chat there. Let's go to live DSP. How's he doing? He's headless. We can only see a neck. Well, this is weird. I have no idea what he's doing right now, but this is live DSP, everyone. I have no...
Here we go. Pause updates. Leave me alone.
Wait, what?
Hate that shit. I really do. I literally just did a giant update. I did all the Windows updates, the security updates, everything. It was huge.
Jesus.
It took like an hour to do. I did this the other night. Everything's working, which is great. I was nervous it was going to like mess with my hardware. It didn't. Okay. So here we are 2 days later. Oh, we have an update for you. No, fuck you. No, really. I'm not going to keep updating every other day, having to restart constantly, redo my setup. They can kiss my ass.
Most people shut down their computers after they've finished using it every day. Like, it's a normal practice to fucking do. But because Phil is such a lazy bastard, he needs everything left on so he doesn't have pages closing him. You know, and he just page open to my, monitor my tips and my contribution. You know, he's such a lazy bastard that he just keeps everything on running 24/7 for fucking months and months on end. Jesus, what the fuck it. Well, I'm done with the fucking bad man. Fuck it, guys. Okay, we are finished with bingo. Okay, actually, hold on. I need to go back. Here because we won bingo. We've got to fill out some bingo, but of course that means we get to add $10 to the bingo prize fund for winning bingo. There's an auto right there. Fucking array. So there we go. The bingo prize fund grows more and more, and now we have another chance here to see if we can make it grow even more, because I'm going to get set up for marbles. Okay, going to pick 3 very challenging marble maps together, 99% elimination fail style courses, and if we complete any of these courses, for each course completed, we add $10 to the bingo prize fund. Okay, guys, I need to add up all, so there's new marbles to add, okay? So I need to add all the newest marbles to the list, and then we'll get the game going, and you guys will be able to see if we can complete any of these challenging courses or not. So yeah, I'll be right back. Until then, we're gonna fuck away from these aquarium otters, you know what I mean? Never mind these are cute aquarium otters, but they're not real otters really, you know what I mean? No compared to some wild Scottish otters.
This one goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats 'cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
In reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me and a family, Jasper, and the things we get to do together. I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly all the time because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago.
Alright, good people, we are back and we are ready to try and complete some more very challenging marble courses indeed to see if we can add to this bingo prize fund. Not entirely sure which ones to go for here, it's just the problem's choice. This one here might be interesting. And it's just, I don't know, which one should we go for? It's a tongue. We have a lot of choice. Remember, usually we avoid the ones we've played already. You know, the ones that I say play are ones we've completed in the past, okay? Or try to play in the past. So I try and go with something new, usually, okay? When I say new, every time this game updates, it resets the community page, which means people need to re-add their marble maps. So yeah, these are the ones that we've played this update, essentially, if that makes sense. So this one here, for example, this one here, I think we've played this one before. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty confident we played this one before. The name sounds familiar. Pristine Deadly Battleground. Been played 53 times. You know, I think we played that one before in the past. We have 171 marbles, by the way. 171 different names on the list here. So I'm going to play this one first, okay? Pristine Deadly Background by Bone 777. We'll play this one first, okay? So this will be our first of 3 maps that we'll try and complete here. Remember, we just need 1 marble. Just 1 singular marble to complete the course. For us to fucking get $10 secured to the bingo prize fund. So obviously the start is up there. You go down here, and then there, and then there, and then there, and it finishes there. See that kind of wee thing at the end there? A wee plus sign at the end there is where you win. So you go, actually, hold on, I can just do this if I can show you guys at the end. Can I? That only works on browser. Never mind. I thought I could zoom in the game, but that only works on fucking browsers. That feature's not available in games. Oh well, I'll go for a try, but fuck it. Here we go, guys. You ready? Remember, this is not to win bingo or anything. This is nothing to do with trying to win the bingo prize fund. This is trying to add some extra bingo prize fund money. So, it doesn't matter who wins here as long as somebody wins, so we can add some more bingo prize fund money. If nobody can complete the course, we don't add any bingo prize fund money for this course. Oh, there's these fucking things again. These fucking bizarre, spooky fucking floaty things. Let's see these fucking bizarre shit floating in there. That's oh, some marbles of that. Oh my. Oh my, there's a random explosion. What the hell blew up? The Baltic Bro is being carried. Quite literally. They were being carried there by some spiritual entity. To this particular section here. We're going to follow the Baltic Bro and they're dead. Dread End has never been carried to this section. They're dropping like flies, they really are. They're dropping like flies. I'm trying if I can keep a track on. Stop dying. Stephen Housley has made it over legitimately, it looks like. Has anyone further ahead? Just, you know, no. Oh, M-Bode. There's those creepy ass voices again. Nah, this game's a spooky bastard at times, I'm fucking tell you. M-Bode has made it down to the bottom. No one... Not a Fox has been taken by... Hold on. Not a Fox has been taken away and he got dropped off again. That's unfair. Elaine Walls. Elaine Walls is so far our only hope to complete this thing. They are just about to die because they got... Oh, for bastard. Who's next? Roachbait. They just got fried. Gregor Lake. Gregor Lake just got taken. They got taken by that strange orb thing. Dimmock. They're fallen. Lupin Fran, they've fallen. Dixie Enormous, they've fallen. God almighty, they're all falling like fucking flies here. There goes Q-Limp. Is there someone else? Meester's got taken away now. Oh, poor Meester. Bibberflopper, can you survive? Bibberflopper survived. Oh, this is big. This is big. If someone can just make it out here, this is very dark. What the fuck? But Bibberflopper is a few marbles, a couple of marbles that made it through here. You think once you make it through here, you're probably going to win, I imagine. If you can get out this tumble dryer of doom, then you're probably in a good chance. Oh shit, there's a gun there. Grandpa Joe has made it out, and so has Princey, but there's a gun firing on different marbles. Princey's made it! Hold on. Guys, I think we're about to get a win here. Cancel that. They can... Okay, someone win. Grandpa Joe, there you go. Grandpa Joe. The marble expert. Mammon's finished it as well, so there we go. We got 2 marbles fucking finishing. We only needed 1 though. We only needed 1, but Grandpa Joe, the fucking marble expert. I tell you what, if you're going to pick favourites to fucking win the marble race on Monday to see who wins half of that bingo prize fund, you may want to put some money on Grandpa Joe, because they seem to have a fucking habit these days of of doing very well. And oh shit, wrong thing. And the marble races. Discard nice. I forgot. Okay, so let's go back. So we add $10 to bingo prize. So we need to remember that, of course. We'll just move on. We'll just move on to the very next race. So we're 1 for 1 so far. We're adding $10 to the bingo prize fund when we get back to that screen here, of course. But for now, we just need to pick our second course. Now, what should we pick here for our second course? This person has made these 2 courses. Easy Separation Avenue. I'm kind of curious. Easy Separation Avenue. This one with a brand new one. This does not. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see what this one, because I mean, it's always good to see brand new courses. So 8:30 away out is a username, and obviously they got 8:30 in the distance over there, hopping up and down. This seems like a very straightforward, simple course. Where's the challenge? You go down here. You might fall, if you're going very fast down here, you might fall off the edge. There's also a thing you could fall off here, potentially. But where is the challenge? Oh, I see. It's random chance whether you go left or right. And so, oh, yeah, I see. And it's like that the entire time, is it? Yeah. So what's the catch here? Surely it's just it just might be somebody defying the odds over and over again. Is it simple and straightforward for the home run, or does it get a bit tricky at the end here? So we're just going forward here, and the very end. So the very end, you go left, and then you go right, and then you finish. Right, let's start. And let's just go right all the way back here. So I guess we'll just see if anyone is lucky. So straight away, looks like everyone survived that so far. Good stuff indeed. No one's left behind. Nope. But now we're going to get a lot of death and destruction. Yeah, we have lost a lot of marbles that day. We have lost over half of our marbles. We have lost 120 almost, or 110. What about the second one? Yeah, this really gets whittled down quickly. Sonny, your marble's ahead. Oh, Miss Kitty's now ahead. Miss Kitty's got a good line here. I'm not sure Sonny's got a good line. No, Sonny manages to get there as well. So yeah, it's just a case of, are you going to be lucky enough to fucking defy the odds? That's free. These marbles have been lucky and managed to avoid the going down a bad path 3 times in a row so far. Oh! Momentum! Momentum took over Miss Kitty and Sonny. We're down to our last 6 marbles, and they still have like some more bullets to dodge. Until the skies, it's a bad line. It's a very bad line. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Yeah. That is everyone. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Well, that one wasn't successful for us. We'll see the final course. We'll see if the final course we can manage to kind of get some success in for this one. I've been hearing people wanted Tragic Burning Hell. That sounds fucking delightful, doesn't it? That sounds like a very nice, pleasant course to go down. The final bingo course, the final marble course on this Friday for fine marble antics is going to be a nice, pleasant experience called Tragic Burning Hell. So Brian, I was doing a Phil thing. I seen one person, you were one person that said it in chat, but I'm pretending that multiple people said it. If I just say one person said it only and it doesn't sound as impressive, I was doing a fucking Phil thing there, and I had to ruin the illusion of multiple people asking for this course now. But look though, this looks fucking terrifying. So is this a portal you go through? Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, this one looks fucking... I don't know. I'm not too sure. Is that a cannon? That's a cannon. You get fired out of. So once everyone gets down and sent down here, they're gonna get fired across here and hope they don't fucking get, you know, smacked away by that fucking thing. But these fuckers did. Quite a lot of people dying right from the get-go here. Who's going to survive the course here? Jonic the Cycler is one of the few that survived the course so far, and Elaine Balls as well. But a lot of marbles. Xeno managed to fucking do a speed strat, and then they got sped into the oblivion. They had a very bad bounce there. Chase got bounced back the way as well. But here we go. We have some marbles here. Alexander C and Aisha Moto. You might go left. You want to go left here. That actually might be good for them. That actually might be very good for them because it sends them back the way to give them another chance to go down the right course. Lisa Bird. So where's all these marbles? I mean, who do I follow? Do I follow Lisa? I'm going to follow Lisa. Lisa looks like to know where I'm going. Get down there. There we go. Avoid the lasers. Avoid the fucking... Not avoid that thing. How's that not killing you? How the hell are you alive? Okay, whatever. I won't question it. But here's the explosive barrels. Wrestling Ranta tried a shortcut. Didn't work. And Lisa has been sent back the way. Anyone else going to join Lisa in here, by the way? Doesn't look like it. Nope, it looks like it's just going to be... Oh, they died, balls. And Jay is now going to come up here and look like they're going to have a go. We have 3 marbles left alive right now. We've got Jay. We have a smash and day. Oh my god, these two are stuck here, aren't they? You little bastards. How? And Jay just died. We have progress. I thought they were stuck, but we have progress. And by progress, I mean have a smashing day as our last hope. No pressure, have a smashing day, but you need to be flawless here. You rat bastard. You went the wrong way, you daft prick. Yes, get sent. Okay, fantastic. Good save. And you avoid, and then you fucking do that, yeah. Well, we tried, and we failed. But the main thing is we fucking tried. You know, we tried. But it was not to be. But still, I mean, we completed one course, so. We completed one course today. So we have some progress. It means I can go back to this and add $10 to the bingo prize fund. Because we completed that one course. Excellent stuff indeed. Now guys, thank you very much for joining me for some robust bingo antics and all that jazz. I certainly hope you've all had a fun and enjoyable stream. I hope you have a great weekend, whatever you end up doing. Enjoy your rest of your Friday, enjoy your Saturday as well. I'm returning on Sunday for some more bingo antics. Don't forget guys, tomorrow, Saturday, that being said, we're having the King of the Ring finals. And obviously, you know, you all know by now, the community is so talented, you know what I mean, so impressive. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be a very fun, enjoyable thing to watch tomorrow. So good stuff indeed. But yeah, I'm returning on Sunday for some more bingo. Until then, I do hope you all have a good time. I'm going to end how it always ends, by putting notorious PIG contributions, maybe it's supremely talented Pixar animations. So yeah, I will redirect you guys to, I think Broside Phil is still streaming, yeah. So Broside Phil is streaming, let's say Don't Play It or Phil Playing Doom. So how about you guys get to enjoy some of that detox from current Phil and enjoy Phil playing Doom very badly while Broside Phil watches on. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Until then, have a good one and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?
when you're showered in money, when you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Read.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.